well, you know. So I'm optimistic, but at the moment I'm certainly not enjoying it, you know. But it is just
sorry, what's 18 divided by 4?
18 divided by
4.5.
it'd be 4.5, Dan.
Sorry, I was just trying to figure out the pit window.
Yeah. So no, I'm not really enjoying it at all. I said it would be a learning curve. But yeah, it's doing nothing for me right now.
That's alright. It's yeah, like you said, it's a learning curve, and I think going from the Renault into another new car as well, it's a bit.
Yep. I should have gone back to the Porsche and stuck with the Porsche, or I should have stuck with the Renault. But then the Renault, I don't think it would have possibly helped me in pro. You know, I don't know. It just gotta grin and bear it for a minute.
Yeah, that's all you can do for a minute. You might get a good round for, you know, tomorrow night with the wet weather around. It could come into favour. You know, some people will drop it, big incident, you stay out of trouble, then you're on for a good result. You know, it's all about being there when you need to be there. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, I was chatting with Haley about this earlier. Do you know what I mean? And you know, the tips you've been giving me. I mean, last night I went round and round and round and round. Couldn't go any faster. You gave me a few tips. I tried those, and I went 3/4 of a second faster. You know, and I think my driving style will improve while I'm in pro. Will I find the 2-3 seconds that I'm behind? Maybe actually more 3 or 4 in places. I don't know if I will, but it's improving. I'm making improvements, you know. So
you'll go back to Pro-Am, and then you'll be a completely different driver. You'll be able to drive the Porsche with a bit more confidence, I would say.
Yeah. Well, you know, it worked for Fury, didn't it? And it worked for Rabbit Joe. You know, so maybe it worked for
Liam,
me.
arguably as well, even though he's shit.
Who? Sorry.
Liam.
Yeah. You know, it might work for me. And as I said, I think my driving style is slowly improving, getting out of bad habits, and you know, doing better. But as I said, I am have no doubt I am bored.
Wow. Like I said, you might get a couple of good races soon, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, there's a talk of that Race of Champions. I mean, I won't qualify for that anyway. But even the Simplay versus Pro Laps, if that happens, I'd probably opt to commentate. To be honest, I don't want to drive it. You know.
Well, I'm not allowed to drive it.
Right.
So
you're not.
No. The rule that we came up with was me and Matt weren't allowed to drive as we were team captains.
Okay, right. I mean, it's not about you two anyway, but I mean, the Simplay versus Pro Laps might be a different one because there'll be some people
it's
in
a fun
there
race.
that I can race.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we said that we had to make it fair either way, so Matt couldn't just pile in massive drivers, you know.
Yeah.
Neither could I.
Yeah, I mean that's probably not the best example, but like the Race of Champions, there was me gobbing off Sunday night about we need a commentators team because we're commentating champions. I don't want to race it. I'd be in exactly the same group as I am in pro. So do you know what I mean? I'll just be rolling around at the back again, and you know, I'm not up for that. So you know, I'd rather commentate than be at the back. You know, so I always said it. Even when we BMX raced, as long as I get a fight, you know, I'm kind of happy. But I'm not getting any.
Getting a phone call off this ball bag.
You want that?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I'm doing my research a minute. Shut up. How do you pronounce where fucking Fuji is?
Japan.
I don't know. Where is it? Fuji
Located in island Honshu.
I'd say car racing track in Oyama. I'd say
Oyama. Yeah, I'm just learning about Mount Fuji. Well, I'm gonna have some extra little thingy-mabobs to add to it.
By the way, I thought the pit window was lap 5.
Well, it's changed now, so deal with it.
Alright.
I'm running Pro-Am, so shut the fuck up.
Dan's just been given 3 drive-through penalties in race 1 tomorrow night for being a cunt.
Matt's been given a race ban for next round.
Whoa, that's terrible.
You starting to sound like Red Bull now.
So leave that one there, please.
We will leave that one there, yes. Just don't. Fuck with me.
We should have 13.
Did you know? Mount Fuji is the 35th biggest tallest mountain in the world.
You're joking. I thought it was the 33rd.
Snowsloth turns up like right on the last minute.
Well, I've got 2 minutes yet, Matt, so chill out. Elevation is height, isn't it? How tall it is.
Yep.
Is it? Oh yeah, I think he's in the lady fill up Snowsloth then. That's the 3 missing.
And it is
big.
12,389.3 to 12,395.8 feet. It's about as big as my dick.
About as big as it's in your head, as you think your dick is.
Isolation, I take it that's the width.
You're being slagged off, mate.
Isolation.
You've done something different with your hair.
I can't even hear you because you're turned down.
Looking sharp tonight, Daniel. I said, have you done something different with your hair?
No, I got out the shower and didn't bother styling it, that's what I did.
Looking sharp there, mate.
Fuck off. Sorry, I'm in an aggressive mood today. I've had an argument with people at work.
In an aggressive mood.
Yeah.
Do you know who's had the most wins for by constructor at Fuji?
Yep.
You do? Go on then.
Oh, sorry, Dad. I'm talking about it. Sorry. Say again.
No, excuse me. You only just got off a fucking party with him. Now you're on the phone to him. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, she made another account and then tried to follow him.
On Snapchat.
Fucking hell. Tommy. Sorry, what were you saying, Dad?
Yeah, do you know the Japanese Grand Prix, which constructor has won it the most times?
McLaren.
They have, yes. And who's won the Japanese Grand Prix the most times?
James Hunt?
No, Michael Schumacher. And it's the Japanese Grand Prix, not just Fuji.
Do you know the fun fact that I have?
Go on.
In 1976, Hunt versus Lauda. Lauda retired from the race, being that it was too dangerous conditions to race. Hunt went on and finished third to win the title by 1 point, while Mario won the race.
Yep. And if you watch Rush, that's what happens at the end.
Right. Here we go. Who are we missing anyway? Stealth Sloth. Is that all we're missing? I think so. Right, let's go.
I don't know that one.
Fuck off, Siri! Fuck him.
Felipe Massa is the lap record holder.
Oh, by the way, Welshie's 100th appearance is race 1, Matt. Kelly.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. My name's Dan Davis, and joining me once again in the commentary box for the Pro-Am series, it's my father himself, Kelly Davis. Welcome to Japan, to Fuji, as we get underway for round 5, I believe, of the round 9 and 10. So yeah, round 5 of the season here at Fuji.
Konnichiwa. Who's that coming racing out the pits?
I think that was Nick. I think that was Nicky.
How did he manage to do that without a pit penalty then? Good evening, Daniel, and it is, it was him, cheeky little monkey, wasn't it?
He's been in a lot of... Actually, being cheeky little monkey, this boy has been a naughty boy this week. He's been told off by Facebook already, so...
Yes. Yes, for obscene stuff on the Facebook page. Anyway, it's lovely to be here in Japan, and it's sunny today.
It is a lovely weather here in Fuji, and... we got an interesting race ahead, as we have seen the weather, and somehow, and I don't know how, the Pro-Ams have managed to find the most loveliest spot here in the weather slots, and it looks lovely here. And we got an interesting race on our hands though, Kelly, because we're getting to the midpoint of the season. Next round will be Texas Road, and this is where things start to heat up a little bit, and titles start to come into mind. And well, the 3 and 4 drivers that we've really been focused on this season has been Ben Parkey, Mata Himovic, Laney, and also Emprava. These 4 have really been dominating this season, and I'll read some interesting stats. But most importantly, the man you were just on a second ago, Welshie, this man here is his 100th race here in race 1, so congratulations to Welshie for making his 100th appearance here at Simplay Motorsport, and at a circuit that he actually really likes. It was, obviously, you know yourself, Kelly, admin picked the circuits this season, and this was the one that Welshie himself picked.
This was his choice, was it? Oh, well, there you go. How poignant is that for his 100th appearance, that he picked the circuit, and well done, 100th appearance in the 100 Club. It's an exclusive one. And not too many drivers in there, so yeah, well done to Welshie. Let's hope he can have a good result then. Luck seems to be on his side.
Definitely so. And Kelly, we were just speaking a moment ago about a little bit of facts about the circuit, and I believe you have some information about the circuit.
Yes, absolutely. And pulling upon my superior motorsport knowledge and Wikipedia, of course, we are at Fuji here in Japan, and it's just beneath the Fuji mountain. You have got some facts about the mountain, but I've got some facts about the track. It is an FIA Grade 1 circuit, and was opened in December 1965. It's been around a long time. Got a capacity of 110,000. Lap record on the current configuration, because there's been plenty of different configurations, but on the current configuration, it's Felipe Massa with a 118.4 in a Ferrari, the F2008 from 2008 Formula 1 Ferrari is the quickest time around here. I mean, you've got some facts as well. I'll leave the James Hunt, Niki Lauda one for you, Dan, as you went and looked it up. So yeah, still so many formulas are compete around here. The World Endurance, GT, Super GT, so many, the Japanese Motorcycle Grand Prix as well, all held here, and it's a very popular track. For me, I seem to have gone well around here, although I'm not a great fan of it myself.
Oh, I despise the circuit. Absolutely despise it. Every time Welshie brings it up, I'm like, I literally want to kill him. But nonetheless, the only fact that I have is in 1976, a race that most people are well known if they've watched the series was the Rush film. And the rivalry between Hunt and Lauda, and it was at this circuit, the extended version, but it was this circuit where the title went to the decider between those two in 1976 after Lauda's massive accident at the Nordschleife. Lauda actually retired from this race, obviously due to being terrible conditions for himself for the race, and thought better to retire and walk away with his life than risk it all just for the championship. Lauda obviously out of the race, and Hunt coming home to finish in third with tyre failures and losing the gear stick to his car. Came home in third, which was 1 point ahead of Lauda in the championship on the last round of the race, with Mario Andretti actually taking the win for this race. A little bit of fact about the mountain itself in the background: the actual age of the rock is 100,000 years old. Fun fact for you there. Is ranked 35th, the 35th highest mountain in the world, and also the height of it is 12,395.8 feet tall.
I thought it was.
Looked it, done it. And if you could
does look it.
Yeah, there's a bit of snow at the top, and just so that people know why I've mentioned the snow, tomorrow's race could be very interesting.
Yeah, because there might be snow at the bottom as well. The way the forecast is looking.
Definitely so. Kelly, would you like to know the tables of this championship so far?
I thought you'd never ask, Dan.
Well, first things first, Matt Ivanovic leads the way of the championship with Sweet and Sour Motorsport in the Acura of 166 points, but he has a small lead over Emprava in the Audi Sport with 151 points, 15 points behind his rival, with Ben Parkey in third on 120 points, 46 behind in the McLaren. Fourth place goes the way of Laney and Team Prolapse, 96 points on him, 70 behind. Ukbar in the fifth place position for Metal and Racing Ginetta, 78, with Smithy with his double points is slowly working his way down the order. He is now in sixth place position with 72 points, 94 off the lead. Then it's Smokey Devil in eighth place. They don't really make this easy because they don't put the numbers beside, so I can't read it. Sixth place position for Smokey on 68 points, 98 behind. And then seventh place is MC Motorsport Lamborghini of 61 of Welshie. In eighth place is Dean Wasaki, Not Fast Just Furious BMW 51, followed by his teammate Bryn with 48 points to his name, 118, with Stelsoft following behind on 41 points, 125 off the lead. Then it comes Nicky on 30 points, DJ Phil, the last to score points, with 34. So actually, but according to that, DJ Phil should actually be ahead of Nicky, so I don't know why that is. Regarding team and car championship, it is Sweet and Sour Motorsport who lead the way with 238 points, 87 ahead of its closest rival of Audi Sport of Emprava on his own. In third place is Team Prolapse with 112 points behind, with Ben Parkey on his own for Rainbow Prolapse in fourth place. Fifth place is MC Motorsport, the Lamborghini duo. Sixth place is Not Fast Just Furious. Seventh place is Metal and Racing. Eighth place is Smoky Racing, and bringing up the rear is Powerline Racing, and that is your championship order. Regarding the drivers, the points that are still left available, they did show me here and I can't find it. Remaining points for the title, I think it's 432 points remaining, and for the teams it's 752 points remaining.
So still anybody's game really at the moment. So I think mathematically everyone's still, they are still in the championship as we move towards the halfway of the season. At the moment, this man setting the pace with a 139.5 Emprava for Audi Sport. If you've just joined in, this is your first time with us, welcome first, and let me just tell you that this is a 20-minute practice session, so these times are practice times. They don't actually account for anything. We will move into a 10-minute qualifying and then a lapped race of 18 laps with a mandatory pit stop, and then we do it all over again without the practice session. So another 10-minute qualifying and another 18-lap race, which works out at about 30 minutes. So that's what you got to look forward to if you've just joined us here at Simplay.
A couple other little factors as well, just as I'm scrolling through the multiple pages here on the Simplay sheets. Do you want to know the lap record for the Pro-Am in qualifying, Kelly?
Yeah, I'd like to know it, and I'd like to know who holds it.
So the current lap record for qualifying here at Simplay Motorsport at Fuji is a 139.1, and that is held by Big Boy Brazy in the Lamborghini in Season 1. And the race record was held by himself again in the same season of a 1:30.96, not been broken since. And I think that record could get broken, as Emprava is actually already done it in practice. So yeah, times are coming down here, and I think this is a circuit that will suit the more patient drivers.
Yeah, and am I right in saying that time was set early doors, season 1, season 2?
Season 1, round 1.
Season 1, which was default settings back then, was it?
It was default.
That was before our time, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I joined in halfway of that season, and the only thing that you could change of that season was aero. That was it. There was no other changes allowed. And tyres, I believe, so you could change from soft to hards, and that was it. So they had to run default, and they only allowed to change the wing. That was all they were allowed to do.
So yes, we expect that time to come tumbling down. The only other race we had was Fuji was night race, was it not?
Yes, it was. I don't know if these
was a night race, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if these have been updated or not, but for the pros, the record is actually held by Mazda in the BMW, a 138.6 from season 1, and the race record was a 139.8 again from Mazda in the BMW. So I don't know if they've been updated or not. Possibly not, but those are your lap records. And yeah, we're looking forward to a good night's worth of racing here, and as you say, Kelly, Brava setting the pace here and breaking the record already.
Yes, absolutely. As we just jump on board with Ugbar, let's see if we can get a lap. It's a very, very long straight at Fuji, and he's gone well deep into that one. First corner is very, very tight. It's a heavy, heavy braking zone down into turn 1. You drop downhill, elevation starts to come up again for a fast left-hander. It's one of those corners that pays you back. Now, you've got a long right-hander, double apex. You can go flat into it, but then you have to kind of come off the power a little bit, pull it back to the apex, try not to run wide as you come across the right-hand side for the left-hander, which is another heavy braking zone. The track opens up, but there's a lot of turning going on as you sweep back to the left-hand side. This corner on the right, absolutely flat, as is the next one. So big speed down here as you have another heavy braking zone all the way down as you get into the tight S's, and Ugbar gone very deep again. And yeah, that's not quite the way you do it. Up through the S's now. This is the bit that's been described as Mickey Mouse by a lot of people. Off camber right-hander into a on camber left-hander to an off camber left-hander, uphill, really easy to go deep on that one, into the tricky last corner. I find it tricky anyway. Again, late apex, very easy to run wide and out across the curb on the left-hand side and down the long straight. Getting across that, getting out of that last corner with good traction is hugely important, because you carry all that speed all the way down this huge long straight. Is it a kilometre long, this straight, I believe?
I believe it is. I believe it is something along those lines.
Yeah, so if you mess that last corner up, which is uphill, late apex, and off camber, you really need that traction as you get out of there, don't you, Dan?
Yeah, definitely so. And Ugbar obviously coming across the line. He's currently 7th overall. And a fun fact for you about Ugbar, actually, of all the Pro-Am boys, Ugbar is the one with the most pole positions to his name. He has 4.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, 5. Sorry, 5 to his name. The next closest is Matt on 4, and then Ben with 3. Another couple of facts. Matt this season has had 3 wins this season, has never been off the podium in every single round he's appeared.
Yep.
So the Acura doing him well. Ben Parkey also 3 wins this season. All of Ben's races have never been outside of the top 2 positions, but he has had 1 retirement and 1 round where he's missed. Bravo with no wins this season, but podium 6 times this season. So that's what's getting really into this season. And a couple, they're my little facts for this point of the season. And obviously, just before, we had a great fight at Bruno between Matt Imovic and Ben Parkey, and until Ben Parkey made a mistake in the final corner at Bruno, he sadly lost the. Yeah, it was great to watch.
Yeah, if you've got time in the week, not tonight, not tomorrow night, and not Sunday night, but some other time, if you go back and watch that one, because that was a good scrap between those two. Very good scrapping.
Definitely so, as Dean has actually got himself up into 2nd place, and the BMW itself looking very good. So Dean looking good here at the minute, but we are currently watching Laney coming through the final sector now, and it's very easy on this final corner to misjudge where to put the car. Some people like to come in tight and then run in wide, others like to go wide and come in tight, but nonetheless you want to be following a car down this back straight and get a lovely tow down the back straight.
You certainly do. I think it's one of the very most important corners on the track, Dan. And yeah, you know, you can. This is a great overtaking opportunity into turn one because it's such a heavy braking zone. The track's nice and wide. You do have an opportunity to go down the inside, but you need that traction off the last corner so you can get right in the slip and be able to make the move cleanly.
Yeah, definitely so. As like I said, M. Plava still setting the pace, 4/10 ahead of Dean Wasocki at the minute, with Ben Parky in third. Fourth is Matimovic. Fifth is Nicky. Sixth is Laney. Ukbai 7th. 8th is DJ Phil. 9th is Smoky Devil. Welshie is 10th. 11th is Smithy. 12th is Bryn. And bringing up the rear, Stealthsoft still not yet to set a time. And Kelly, obviously...
Sorry, that's changed since you...
Ben's gone fastest.
Ben Parky now goes fastest 101.
37.9. Wow.
That's quick. That's quick.
That's a very quick lap time from himself.
Sorry, mate. What are we looking at pro pace, do we think, if things were dry? What would we be looking at? We'd be looking at that. Okay.
Yeah. I've been testing this McLaren all week and I've not touched a 37. I've done a 38.1, but I've not touched a 37.
Okay, so, I haven't done many laps in the dry. I've been testing for the rain because the chances are it's going to be raining all sessions tomorrow night. So tune in tomorrow night to see the boat race. And yeah, I haven't tested in the dry, so I haven't got any dry ideas really on pace. So a 37.9 then is very impressive.
It is very impressive, but this is just practice. He might have already shown his cards already, but he's got to do it in qualifying, and also he needs to have a good race. That's where points are rewarded. So even though you're fastest, doesn't mean nothing here at Simplay Motorsport. And another thing to mention as well, guys, if you haven't done so already, then have a look at our Formula 1 video at Monaco. Please have a look at it, because the pain that I had to suffer for the last half of that race was unbearable, with cars coming out left, right and centre. I think we were down to 6 cars in the end, nearly getting to Panis's record of only 3 other cars.
90, but what was it, 96 or 97? 96,
something like
I
that.
think it was. Yeah.
And also, while Sutty's in the chat as well, I just want him to be remembered of Gary's 15 pit stops for his front wing, and also beating Alain Prost's record for most pit stops and still get a podium. So 15 pit stops and he still got third, while Alain Prost had 7 pit stops and got third. Fun fact for you.
Yeah. For myself, well, let's not even talk about it. Let's move on. Yeah, go back and watch it. It's great, great watch. We thought it would be carnage, and it pretty much was.
Yeah, definitely so. And a couple of comments in actually while we are there. So it's a big hello to Sutty, Fury, Smithy, Kieran Argent as well in the chat. Peaceful's stepdad in PM Motorsport, Fury's granddad, and Disco as well. So guys, get your comments in and we'll try and read them out as best we can. As Jamie Brazy just pops in and he says he thinks it was 1996.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
As PM Motorsport says, try and drive it, Dan. I have driven it in another league, and I actually beat Matt at Monaco, so he was lucky I wasn't racing. A couple other comments. Smithy says, hello Ben Parky, geez. And Fury says, I think there's a mistake in Ben Parky and Laney again. But that's the thing, I've actually tested a couple of Ben Parky's setup in an LMP2 and in a Formula Renault, and it's very interesting to know that some drivers run very different setups, and me and Ben are one of them. Like, Ben's setups are completely different to mine, but we can still extract the same amount of lap times in an LMP. And I know for a fact Ben runs his setups a bit like Gary, where it's very loose on the rear.
Yep. I mean, that's evident through all motorsport, isn't it? And they say that like the difference between the Formula 1 guys, Lewis Hamilton, I believe, likes quite a loose car, does he not? And Max Verstappen likes it on the front end, you know what I mean? And yeah, so different driving styles to get the, to what you can handle and what you can get out of the car, I presume, isn't it? So I can't get on with your setups. I find them too loose, where you think they're quite planted, where, it's what it is, personal preference.
as Dean's returned to the piss. And yeah, so it all varies, and I know most of the Prolapse boys actually tested mine and Ben's, and majority of them preferred mine, but Ben's was basically a little bit faster overall. And also the thing about Ben is that he's actually he races supercarts in real life, so he has a lot of racing background, a very good racer at that. I've watched a couple of his races on YouTube, so have a look at that if you do get time. Supercarts, and yeah, this is where he gets his racing pedigree, and I think still this season it's going to be a tough fight for him, especially in these GT cars that he's used to more downforce cars.
Well, yeah, I was going to use that as quite a nice link to the next endurance race here on Simplay, which Dan's now going to tell me the date.
Yeah, I will tell you the date, as I got to go look at my calendar.
I'll let you work it out.
19th.
19th of this month on the Saturday at Monza, and you'll have the returning Ben Parkey and Unorthodox going wheel to wheel like they did in a previous league in the LMP2. It's oh dear, as we see Nicky get it all wrong. It's a clash of the titans, those two, extremely well matched. In the LMP2s. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way in the last endurance, did it, Dan? With AIs crashing into the side of you and so on and so forth. But if you want to see a titanic battle, Laney versus Unorthodox.
Jesus, have you seen all these? I just had to comment. All the cars launching their way out of the pits.
Absolutely, and look like everybody's coming out.
Bar Smithy and Laney's got himself a penalty already. Speeding in the pit lane. Nicely done there, Laney. Nicely done. Good way to start the session.
Picking you up. Jeez, isn't it? Hey? Yeah, right,
but guys, yeah, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. A couple more comments coming in. PM Motorsport, I had an awful night's sleep after Monaco. I don't blame you. Sutty says, I bet, bud. Jamie says, just to add a point, Dan, crashed at Monaco as well. Seen the thumbnail in the video. Mate, I knew what was to come, so I kind of pre-predicted. That's why I did that. Also, BT Target in the comments saying, hey Dan and Kelly, gonna be a bit different weather tomorrow, snow. Yep. Mega pace from Parky, come on Prolapse boys. And do you know what, Kelly, we have actually had one snow race here at Simplay Motorsport, only one.
Right. Oh, where was that?
Which was season 2, I want to say season 2 at Nürburgring. Someone will correct me in a minute, but
okay.
I believe it's season 2 Nürburgring. We had snow, and I got so angry with the Ferrari it wouldn't change the tyres for me from wets to.
Oh, we've lost Laney. He's disconnected.
He should be able to get back into the session. As the nice thing about the Championship League is that you can leave the session and join back in relatively early, unless the race is underway. So he's got plenty of time to get back in. But qualifying wise, it's going to be difficult for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Does that take away his penalty?
Don't think so. I believe it keeps his penalty. As we got,
we'll see about that.
As we got an Emplava supporter here, getting be ready to lose. Emplava is going to smoke you all from mattress.
Yeah, from that guy, MK.
I would try it, and I guarantee that guy's Latvian. Martins. I'm going to go with Martins. We'll go with that.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. The Oracle that is Jamie Brazier, Nürburgring, Season 2. Thank you for that, mate. And he's a mine of information, isn't he, Jamie Brazier? We miss Big Boy Brazier on the track. Love to see you back. Maybe make an appearance for one of the fun events, maybe.
There's rumours that Jamie might make a return for next season. There's rumours.
Oh, not in Pro-Am, I hope.
And I've heard the car. I've heard what car he's testing.
Okay.
It's a
Nissan. Do we want to tell the world that, or do we want to leave him that for a minute?
I just said it. It's a Nissan.
Oh, sorry. Did you? All right. I was talking when you were talking. Nissan. Right. Oh, really? All right. Okay.
Don't underestimate the Nissan. I'm honest. The GTR.
Well, no, I'm not going to underestimate Jamie either, because he can make can make one of these 6 work.
The Godzilla, as it's known as, is actually made an appearance here at Fuji and done a very good well in the hands of Emo Guy and Fury in season 1. So this track is very popular with us, and we got more comments from Latvia. Nice to see the Latvians here supporting their driver Emprava. So please, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and support your fellow Latvian as they all coming now through the final few corners. Now, what lap times are going to set? This is the man we've got to keep an eye on. Is Ben Parkey and Matt Timovic. Matt has already said he's going to struggle here tonight. He feels the Acura is down on power. And Kelly, if I was you, what car, in your opinion, do you think looks the best suited here? It's Emprava goes into the 38s, as does Matt.
Wow. We saw Dean pulling out some really fast times in practice, so it looks like the BMW is going well, which is a bit of a worry for tomorrow night. Well, for you it is, not so much for me. But the BMW, as I said, seems to be going along quite nicely, and again, isn't it? There's a lot of McLarens on the grid, but in the hands of some very quick drivers, you know. So yeah, I found with the Renault, this was one of those tracks last season where me and Nicky thought the Renault was going to be shocking, and I think Gary will back me up on this one, and Craig possibly will back me up on this one, that the Renault wasn't half bad round here when we expected it to be a load of rubbish, and it might be said the same for the Acura, to be honest.
Yeah, possibly so, and I feel like this circuit is definitely suited to more power cars, i.e. Mercedes, Lamborghinis, BMWs as well. More power circuit. I mean, they would struggle in the tight twisty section, but that's for only the final few sectors. You know, that's the last sector. Majority of it is pretty much flat out. But I'm going to carry on saying that Emprava is fastest of this session, so the Latvians are loving it right now in the chat. Emprava best, Latvia, go. Norris, I believe his name is Norris. I'm going to try.
Yep.
But he is fastest at the minute. He's coming through the final straight now. Can he extend his gap? We have been a 37 from Ben, and he's kind of done a steady outlap, but 10th off at the minute, Emprava.
10th off, yeah.
We see a Lamborghini in the background. I believe that is Welshie coming to the line next. And he crosses the line.
Yes, it was.
And doesn't improve. Matt trying to get the toe.
Yeah, I think Matt did exactly. Oh, and outbraked himself. That was a shame. Laney's back into the session. Give him a minute or two to get back in. What's Ben Parkey playing at?
Currently, Ben, I reckon he's trying to get his tyres in the right window, or he's been trying to clear a gap. But nonetheless, he's coming to the line now. What is his lap time going to be? It's only 11th.
Yeah, I don't know quite what he's playing at. Maybe, as you said,
some of the things that Ben tends to do, which really affects him sometimes, he keeps tweaking. Even though he has a good setup, he always keeps to try and find the best out of the car, and he could have gone the wrong way and lost time, or he's just had a sloppy couple of laps.
Yes, indeed, that might be the case. And as you say, he might try and be getting the tyres just into the right window, but he's going to have to get on with it. He's only got a couple of minutes left to stick a good time in here, so we'll see how he gets on with this lap. We see that Furby's made it to the track, to the comments even, Fury that is, and good to see that he's there. But I think we've got most of Latvia in tonight, which is fantastic to see you guys supporting your fellow countrymen, and great to have you watching. You know, we are international, and we do love to be, and the more the merrier. This is an open house, and we welcome everybody, and love to see you and hear from you guys in the chat.
We would definitely, and obviously due to the fact we got a couple of rounds under our belt now, I just see they're coming from Disco, and you are, as you can notice, we've only got 13 drivers, so some of the drivers have not done enough this season to carry on, and due to that they've been removed from the championship, and we have only 13 drivers. But Ben Parkey was up on his lap times, but not by much. I'm not sure what he's playing at. Maybe it was the final corner he's been losing time, but across the line he comes, and boom, a 38.2. But look at the man who's in second place though, Dean Wasocki, with a 38.3 in the BMW. Disco and Andy will be absolutely loving that, and Emprava and Matt Sunley are on the second row.
Yes, indeed, you're quite right. So Dean doing really well. That BMW seems to be going very nicely round here. You say that Andy and Disco will be happy. You say that with the weather tomorrow night. I'm on the understanding that the BMW isn't the best car in the wet, but then I've never driven it, so I don't know. But it's going to be a different ball game for the pro lads tomorrow night. That's for certain sure. But certainly looks like that Beamer's got pace tonight, doesn't it?
Definitely so, and at the minute Matt, Nicky, Ukbar and Smithy are all in the pits. I do see a car leaving the pits, but I don't know if they'll get out. No, so these lot are all done. So we've only got a handful of drivers left out on track, and can anyone take it away?
Yeah. Who's where? So they've got 1:20 to get round.
Dean's dropped it. If he keeps it out of the wall, no.
Not quite. Gave it a bit of a tap. Wonder how much damage he's got with that. But he's going to be compromised on the exit of that corner for his last run. Same rules as Formula 1 and most racing. If you cross the line within the time before the clock runs out, you get to finish the lap that you're on. So Dean will be starting a lap. That'll be DJ Phil right behind him, who's currently in 7th at the moment. That's not a bad showing for DJ Phil in the McLaren that's disguised as a Ferrari in that bright red.
Let's move to Emprava, who's just come out the final corner. I think he might just get another lap in. He's coming towards the line now, and this is the man we need to keep an eye on. He seems to be the closest threat to Dean and Ben at the minute. As he crosses the line, does he improve his lap time? This is the question. He does, and he doesn't quite split Dean. He just stays behind. No. So he's got another go at it. He has got one more shot. He's carrying a lot of fuel, mind. He is carrying a lot of fuel for a quali run. So possibly he might want to dump some of that fuel out for the next time he does a qualifying session, because that seems to be holding him down a little bit, I think.
Yes, indeed. Where's Laney in all this? Because he's back out on track. He must be on a hot lap right now.
This is his one and only lap. He has to do with Sebastian Vettel, as we've got a couple of cars coming through the final sector now to finish their lap times. So this is their last lap. I believe might be Nicky. No, Ukbar might be leading that, as Laney's messed up his lap time. He'll have to. That's it. But Ukbar, where's Ukbar on track? Dean's in second. Ukbar just coming out the final corner. So a couple of guys coming towards the line. I know Welshie's just ahead of Dean, but I'm not sure. Ben Parkey's quit. Yeah, all those guys are done. Ukbar will be the first man to cross the line out of these guys. Ukbar, Welshie and Laney. Laney just needs to put a lap time together. But towards the line, Ukbar, the Flying Dutchman, what can he do? He doesn't improve and will stay sixth. No. Welshie towards the line,
going into the pits,
and I'm glad Welshie's done this, because stewards will be keeping an eye on pit entry. Yeah. That red box, you're only allowed to put 2 wheels within that red box, not 4.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was going to say it's great that we had that shot for exactly that reason. You've got to watch. It's very easy to steal time on the pit entry, and you're not allowed to do it. So, down, Daniel.
Well, it is Ben Parkey who takes his pole position once again, and second is actually Dean Wasocki this time, giving it the fight to the top 4. Third is Emprava, and 4th is Matt Himovic, and Lane all the way down in 9th place, which will be actually 10th place, and not the quali that Laney would have wanted. But Kelly, give us a run through the grid order for us, please.
Yes, I will. There we go. So, as Dan just said, Ben Parkey on pole position, joined on the front row with Dean Wasocki. Good showing from him in the BMW to put it there on the front row. Look at that. It's a long run down to the first corner, and a lot of people behind you. In 3rd place, Emplava with a good run into the 2nd row. His championship rival there, Matt on 4th place, 2nd row of the grid. Nicky with a good showing as well to be kind of best of the rest. Here with 5th place, and for the Pro Laps team, Ukbar still making that Ginetta go quite well in 6th. DJ Phil, another good showing from him in the red McLaren. Smoky Devil in 8th place, and looking good in the Merc. Welshie on his 100th appearance, 9th place. Laney, disappointing qualifying for him in 10th. Stealth Sloth, 11th. Bryn in the 2nd BMW comes in 12th, and Smithy in the watching brief of 13th place, ready to pick up the pieces when there's carnage in turn 1. So that's the way they line up for Fuji Race 1.
Get your predictions in on who you think is going to take this first win of the race, and I think pretty much the whole of Latvia is going to be backing up Emprava. But watch out for Dean at the start with that rear-wheel drive BMW. I reckon it will have a good start, and he could challenge Ben into turn 1.
Yeah.
Pit window is lap 4 for these guys. A reminder as well that there are 2 drivers here this evening taking double points, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on this evening. But nonetheless, this is going to be an exciting race, as Latvia literally comments in the chat as Del says Emprava for the win. I don't think he wants to upset the Latvians, but we are underway here. Matt puts his lights on. Lights come on. The res ride. We're about to get underway here at Fuji, and Dean with a decent start there. The Lamborghini struggling away, but nonetheless, Dean with a decent start, and he's up to turn 1, side by side with Ben as they go into turn 1. Emprava, Matt just behind, but Matt looking to try and make an opportunity, but Dean goes into turn 1 leading this race, but there's a couple of cars off in the background. Ukbar, I think as well, Bryn, all those guys out, but Dean Wasaki leads into turn 2 here as Laney's in the wall.
Yes, indeed. Cracking start from Dean there. Got the run on Ben straight away. Emplava and Matt both in the mix as well. So Dean's going to be feeling the pressure, and he's feeling the pressure already as they come into... Oh yes, look, Laney's putting it down the... Ben Parkey putting it down the left-hand side. Now Matt is all over the back of Dean like a cheap suit, and these are only 3 or 4 corners in, Dan.
Yeah, they are. And Dean with a decent start. He's looking to the outside of Ben. Is he going to do it around the outside? He's going to make Ben's going to make it go the long way round. But Dean with a decent first lap, but he's lost out to Ben Parkey at this rate. But Matt and Emplava will want to clear that BMW as quickly as they possibly can. But the thing is, Dean's got pace here in this BMW, and they're just going to give him a bit of a headache. But Ben now can extend his lead. Now he's in the lead as Dean goes sideways. Oh, he just gets it together. He makes contact with Matt, and Matt pushes him wide. That's allowing Emplava coming right round the outside of the final corner, but Dean's still there. He's still fighting out, but I think the Audi might get a good run out the corner, and he's going to get the slipstream of Matt as well.
Yes, indeed, he's going to get out dragged, although Dean has tucked back into the slipstream of Emplava, and I was trying to go on board with Dean.
Dean with a great run here. He comes out of the slipstream and goes down the inside of Emplava. He needs to get it stopped though for turn 1. Smokey and the Devil in the background. Smithy with a great start up into 6th place position, staying out of trouble. But Dean down the inside and gains that position back. But it looks like Emplava with the better traction pulls away.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Both 2 very powerful cars, the BMW and the Audi, and Emplava's got it done this time. And Dean has to...
Oh, Matt with a twitch!
Oh yes, he runs wide. That corner is famous for that, isn't it? You can get a little bit out of shape there, and certainly that's what happened for Matt. Went across the grass, saved it, no harm done, but a little bit of a worry. You don't see many mistakes from Matt.
No, we don't. As Emprava now right onto back of Matt right now. He'll want to try and score as many points on his rival as Ben now pulls away from these 2, and Matt down the middle here looking to defend the inside. Ukbar going offline. So I don't think Ukbar is too happy.
Ukbar's out, isn't he?
Yeah, he is out of this race. Yeah. So Ukbar not having the best run here at Fuji, so he's done for this race so far. But nonetheless, we are still underway here as Welshie on his 100th race. Not the best start that he would have wanted. He's currently down in 11th place, but there's loads of fights going on between Smokey and Laney at the minute. They're only separated by a 10th, so Laney on his way through.
Gone backwards, hasn't he? Sorry, Dan. Sorry, because Smokey was in 4th, wasn't he? Or 5th?
Yeah, as Laney goes down the inside of him, and they rub doors a little bit there, and Laney gets that position. So Laney moves up a place as Smithy has just dropped down a little bit there, I think. As he's past Stealth Sloth by the looks of things. DJ Phil with a great start as well. He's up into 6th place and some great racing, but Matt is still defending heavily from the Latvian himself of Emprava.
Yes, indeed. Looks like Matt's just giving himself a little bit of breathing space from Emplava, as Emplava just regrouping a little bit and is going to attack him later in the lap, or maybe in a couple of laps' time. It's only lap 3. We've got a long way to go. And Ben Parkey pulling away a couple of seconds now. Got himself a nice little buffer. What else is going on? Smithy and Stealth Sloth still in very close company for 7th and 8th. DJ Phil going really well in 6th place, so he's improved on where he started and trundling along quite nicely in a good position there. Towards the back, Bryn is the man bringing up the rear at the moment on a bit of a recovery from first lap incidents, no doubt, and has got Welshie as the first man to catch. Welshie on his first appearance, 100th appearance, and likes Fuji, his track, not having the best of starts to this race.
Definitely not, no, as Emplava still trying to give Matt a headache here. These two are going to be battling out all season.
Well,
and
I think have already, haven't they?
They have already, and at the minute they're just losing pace to Ben out in front. So right now they're too busy fighting one another, and Ben's extending that gap. So we'll see how far they go as Ben now starts his 4th lap, and the pit window will now start. But they have to pit on lap 4, not before. On. So as they all cross the line, they've got to go around once more as Emplava.
Look at this, Dan. Sorry to cut you off. Emplava with a good run on Matt, really in that slip. Is he going to send it down the inside? He's going to, you know.
He is going to go down the inside, but
Matt's
obviously
giving him space.
He has given him a good amount of space, and Matt with the better traction, the better line out of the corner, manages to pull away. And that Cora in a straight line doesn't seem too bad, and Dean is just still within reach of these two. He can still see him just ahead, so if anything happens between these two, he's still in play. As Emplava looks to the outside of turn 3, and I don't think he's going to get the job there. Very difficult place to make a move.
Absolutely, and it'd be nice if he had some support from some of his fans, wouldn't it?
Who, Emplava?
Yeah, I'm joking, of course, because we've got a chat room full of Latvia this evening, and it's fantastic to see cheering on their boy, and he's doing a cracking job, to be fair.
He is doing a great job at the minute, and right now they're all coming down to the slow section. There's a couple of fights still going on further back, I think between Laney and Smithy as well, but as you see here, Laney actually it's not quite close to Smithy. He has got a bit to do, but
I
Dean,
thought he was close, but
he was close. But Bryn here losing out to Welshie. Welshie just trying to extend that gap from him. I think a few of these guys with a bit of damage from the start of the race. So, but these guys are. Bryn in the background sends it on Welshie in the hairpin.
Yes, he did. Cameraman's an idiot. He jumped off right at the wrong time as well. She's going back up the inside. Look, Dan, he's got the inside line for that off-camber right-hander. So, Welshie says, "I'll have that back, mate. Thank you very much," and he does.
He does, as Ben crosses the line, and the pit window is open, so these guys can pit this lap if they want to. But Welshie defending heavily from Bryn. Bryn back down the inside. Brilliant racing from these two, as Bryn now goes back up to 10th place position. Welshie losing another place as well, as Matt is still defending heavily from Emplava ahead. But we've also got Laney has actually started to bring that gap down to Smithy. What's happened to Smithy? He's dropped back a little bit there. Oh, they're both in the pits, that's all why.
Yep. Look at the power of the slipstream there, Dan, was what I was trying to show there for the viewers at home as he got into the slip of Bryn's car. And but Bryn, it's like, Bryn's gone deep. Excuse me, Bryn's gone really deep, which gives Welshie back the place. This is a cracking battle going on, but we've got to have another quick look at these two. Emplava, not right over the back of Matt, but he's still keeping him honest. These two still going at it, Dan.
They are still going at it, and there's a great fight between those two. And Emplava really can't do much about them at this at Matt at this precise minute. Might have to get him in the pit stops, but nonetheless, Bryn and Welshie having a good little scrap here. But we do have Smithy, Laney, Smokey, and Stelsloff all in on lap 4, and they're getting their pit stops out of the way. Oh, Stelsloff there just crossing the line on pit exit, so that's going to be under investigation there.
Yes, indeed. You can't do that. As Bryn and Welshie still going at it, hammer and tong. Emplava's just holding station a little bit, probably waiting for his moment, maybe even waiting for the pit stops to come up, Dan.
I've got to say, Kelly, Laney's having a dreadful pit stop right now. He is in the pit still. Horrendous.
He's having a dreadful round again, isn't he? I mean, he had a absolute shocker last time out at Bruno as well, didn't he? And he's having another disappointing first race. He's better than this, that's for certain sure.
Yeah, definitely so. We've seen Laney at its best. Hopefully some of the faster circuits should suit him a little bit better. But nonetheless, Nicky having a quiet race so far in 5th place position. Can't really do anything about Dean at this precise minute, but I think Welshie has lost the place again to Bryn. And Bryn, as Welshie is actually coming to the pits. So Welshie on lap 6. Sorry, lap 5.
As we see, Dean, as we said, he had a bit of he's dropping away from the front 3 a bit, but pulling away from Nicky. So turning into a bit of a quiet race for Dean now. Excuse me. As we see Emplava going at the back of that Acura again.
Yeah, and I think Emplava will have to get used to the back of that car, because I don't think Matt's planning to move on anytime soon. So looks like Emplava just trying to find the right opportunity to find a way through past that car.
Yes, indeed. Matt in the Aconda, which is basically a Honda. Look, Emplava's got a run on him again, Dan.
Matt's gone very defensive, and then Emplava with a great run out the corner. It looks like he's going to try and go around the outside. You want to try and get better traction out of turn 1, so they go into turn 2, but Matt is on the inside, and looks like the Acura and the Audi are fairly matched. There's Nicky in the background, looks like he's going into the pits, as Emplava looks to go right round the outside, and he can't do so. He wants to get good traction, but Matt has already got that covered as Nicky comes in on lap 6.
Yes, certainly right, Dan. Matt seems to have that turn 1 all covered off every time Emplava has a go. He's tried the outside, he's tried the inside. I don't know what else to try, but they're quite evenly matched, as you said. Having a look down through here, I think Emplava's going to have to get a bit more inventive than turn 1, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Matt's got that covered.
Matt seems to know exactly where that Audi seems to be strong, and Emplava just can't seem to find a way past at this precise stage. As he looks down the inside here, he's had a switch.
Nice. That was a nice move to switch to the inside to try and get down. He's got track position on the inside now, so it's heavy on the brakes, a pair of them. They come together, a little bit of rubbing. Rubbing's racing, and Matt just about dragging himself round that corner. So Emplava's got the job done. So Matt's going to come back at him, or is Matt going to take his pit stop this lap?
Possibly so. And a reminder, guys, these guys have to do a mandatory pit stop. They don't have to do anything to the cars. They just have to come in, make their pit stop, and go again. That's all they have to do. They can change tyres if they like, or just fuel whatever they fancy. But at this stage, a reminder as well.
Sorry, Dan. Good last corner from Matt, although he's lost a little bit of momentum now as he got onto the power. But he gets back into Emplava's slip. Now, let's see. Matt is now the attacker. Let's see if his attacking on turn 1 is as good as his defending on turn 1. He's in the slip. Is he going to have a crack at it? Is he going to send it? He's looking down the inside.
He's having a look, and he is sending it. He is sending it. Emplava give him plenty of space there. Does give him plenty of room, and again, the lead car seems to get the better drive out of the corner.
Emplava done exactly what Matt done to him, as Matt tries to get defensive.
I think Emplava's gone wide. He's gone very wide there. He is going to have to lift, and he has done so. The BMW of Bryn just in front of these two as well. So Bryn has pitted as they're going to get close here. Bryn just in the way, and he's in the wrong place at this stage. But the reminder, guys, the lapped cars do not have to get out of the way.
Do we see the duff and chop there just for a moment? It's all getting very handy.
Bryn's getting very close to these cars.
My heart was nervous. I thought there was going to be carnage there somewhere.
Bryn's sending it.
Where's Bryn going? Oh, look at this. Bryn unlaps himself.
Yeah, he really he sent it on Emplava, and that's helped Matt out massively there. And again, like I said, the rules here state that the lapped cars do not have to get out the way. There's no blue flags, and Bryn is fighting the Audi.
Bryn's not going to be very popular in Latvia, I don't think.
And he's hit him.
He goes round. A rare mistake from him. Dropped the back end as he was just coming round and up that hill. That's going to give him a lot of work to do. And as I said, that wasn't Bryn's fault. I think Emplava was losing it all by himself there. But I was going to say that Bryn wouldn't be popular in Latvia. I wouldn't go holidaying there just for a while, Bryn. But I think Emplava just lost the back end.
I think Matt's in the pits.
Now, who is?
I believe Matt might have opted. Nope. I think no. Actually, ignore that. I thought I saw a car coming into the pits.
It was Bryn going in the pits.
Oh, okay. Bryn once again in the pits. So his second pit stop of the day. It's not going well for him. Dean's still doing a solid job. So is DJ Phil in 5th place position. Haven't seen those guys for a while. They've been kept it quiet. I think DJ Phil was actually in a race between Nicky, and Nicky's dropped it somewhere. I'm not sure. Or is Nicky pitted?
A long way back.
No, sorry. Nicky has pitted. Nicky has pitted.
So yes, of course. We'll see how that one pans out later on. But Dean, as I said, just in a bit of a lonely 4th position there, and keeping a good distance. He's got what's he got? 8 seconds back to DJ Phil, and DJ Phil got loads to Nicky, but Nicky has pitted already.
The closest fight on track at the minute is between Smithy and Smokey. We haven't seen these two for a while. I think Smokey's made a mistake somewhere because Smithy is caught right onto him. As we go on to that fight, Smithy has now overtaken Smokey.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. I was. There we go. Sorry, I was looking at the comments and trying to race direct as well, which, wasn't working out so well.
I was just going to say that Latvia is not happy.
Not happy. No, I was going to say that. Yeah.
Smokey
Latvia
down the inside of Smithy. Here we go, Smithy down the on the outside, getting done by Smokey there, but with Smithy with the better traction, will hold on to that position. Welshie not too far behind these boys as well, so on his 100th appearance, Welshie could gain a couple more places here if the Acura and the Mercedes come together, and that Mercedes should be very strong here. Smokey looking for any opportunity to get past, as the Smithy doing his best job to hold them back as best he can. Dean has not pitted yet, as Matt has come into lap 9 to do his pit stop.
Yes, indeed. This fight, the Mercedes up on power over the Acura. Definitely a power car, and the Acura more of a chassis car. But this Fuji track seems to be a bit of a leveler, actually. You know, the cars that you don't think are going to go well here.
Smokey on the curb.
Well, what was that all about? Yeah, a bit squirrely off that curb there, really. So. Smokey's not done with this one. Better line through that corner for Smokey, puts him right on the back of Smithy as they come up through these S's, and funny old set of corners here, on camber, off camber, all kinds going on. So Smokey can have he needs a good last corner, doesn't he, Dan, to get into that slip down the.
Smithy's made a mistake.
You're right. Smithy's made a mistake.
But he's back underneath.
Inside. That was opportunist.
That was a cheeky send-it from Smithy there.
That was cheeky. Yeah.
He's been watching a lot of Sutty send-its, and he tried doing it on Smokey. Smokey with a better run out the corner. As a couple other comments coming in. Fury's mum in the comments saying, "Evening all, hope you're all well." But Smokey with the better grunt towards the line now, and is ahead of Smithy.
Look at the Acura. Look at the Acura. It's not been dropped, is it?
It's not, no, but it still hasn't got the ultimate grunt that the Mercedes has. The Lamborghini of Welshie in the background, just ever so slowly catching these two. Very slowly, though. Yes, indeed.
As Smithy comes down the hill, Smokey's got the job done. Can Smithy come back at him? We will see. We will see. And it's not a pretty car, that Mercedes, is it?
Matt is now caught up to the back of DJ Phil as Embrava on lap 10 has come into the pits.
And passes DJ Phil reasonably easily into the last corner, so that's job done. And Plava, as you said, is in the pits. Hopefully he's got no damage to deal with.
I was going to say, what damage he's sustained. He's off and away. Where is Matt? Matt is up to speed down the back straight, but I think Matt should easily have this. It's quite a lot.
Before, wasn't he?
He was ahead of before, and obviously with the contact with Bryn earlier on, which will probably get reviewed later on, but with that tap from Bryn has really affected Emplava's race so far. But DJ Phil having a quiet race right now in 4th place position, but a good race nonetheless, as is Dean. But Ben Parkey still leads this race, and the pace has just dropped. Laney was actually the fastest man that last lap of a 140.9, but Ben leading this way on lap 11. And guys, if you haven't done so already, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, and get behind your drivers. But it's this man who leads the way, Ben Parkey for Team Rainbow Pro Laps in the McLaren, who's doing a stellar job here at Fuji.
Yes, indeed. As very chatty is our friend Sooty Apex and my teammate in Pro. And are you looking forward to the snow tomorrow night,
Kelly,
Sooty?
sorry, we need to drop to Smokey, Welshie and Smithy, because look how close that is.
Oh, yes.
Look at these three. Welshie's actually jumped Smithy. Welshie with a decent run in a Lamborghini. Smokey over the shot in the braking zone.
There?
He was moving quite a lot in the braking zone. I think he was trying to break the toe, but Welshie with a decent exit.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, because Welshie, I mean, maybe Welshie had a good lap, and he's certainly lapping faster than the guys around him. So Smokey's got a headache now of a yellow Lamborghini in his mirrors, as the Lamborghini, a much tighter line, but he's on the outside for the next corner as they come in. But Smokey's gone deep. Smokey's gone deep. He should concede that, really.
Oh, he has, but he holds in there. Dean is in on lap 11, so Dean's done his pit stop. We only now wait for Ben, DJ Phil, and that's it to pit. As Smokey, Welshie, and Smithy all having a fantastic fight here.
Yes, they're having a good scrap, and this is the type of stuff that we like. We were talking a bit off air this evening, me and Dan, and I said this is what it's about for me. You know, it's if you have a good scrap in a race, regardless if it's for, what are they, 8th, 7th, 8th and 9th, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Elbows out.
As I've just seen, Nicky is actually past Dean, so Nicky's now up into 4th place. So whatever has happened there, Nicky has actually gained a place on Dean, so Dean's must have made a mistake somewhere, but nonetheless, Welshie's still trying to get to the back of Smokey, but Ben Parkey now catches up to these three.
Yes, indeed. So, again, if you're unaware, we run endurance rules. So what that means is there's no blue flags, as I think Ben Parkey is going to do the sensible thing and take his pit stop. Because really he doesn't want to get involved in this battle, because these guys didn't have to move out of the way for him. That was the point that I was trying to get to, that these guys who are having a scrap, this is Smithy, Welshie and Smokey, with endurance rules, there's no blue flags. They are not obliged to get out of the way, as we saw earlier in the race with Bryn and Emplava. Bryn does not have to get out. He can fight his corner. If you do or not is driver's choice, I suppose. But good move from Ben to take the pit stop just then.
Yeah, he gets out of the traffic, he gets some clear air. I think he is literally in the middle of nowhere. I think lovely little bit of space for him as he drops out. Matt is actually not too far away. I think that's Matt in the background. I think we see the Acura. Yeah, Matt's actually gained quite a lot of time on Ben. He's actually gained some decent time. Now he's in clear air as DJ Phil in the background, I think, is opting to pit, and he is our last man to pit.
Yes,
that is true. So lap 12 he is in. So everyone's pitted.
I suppose once it's all shook out, Dan, he's still got 5 seconds over Matt. So Matt has brought the gap down.
It was 9 seconds before Matt pitted, I believe, with his little fight with Empara. So he's found some time. I don't know if Ben's made a mistake or Ben's been a bit cautious, but nonetheless.
Could be pit stop time as well if Matt timed it right. There is a lot of time to be gained in the pit stops if you do it right. But yeah, so you could gain that in a pit stop itself. So, but whatever, he's brought it down to 5 seconds. Has Matt got enough to take the challenge in the last 5 laps? I think he'd be waiting for a mistake from Laney, from Ben Parkey, sorry, and a mistake that might not come, but. It's going to be good points for all of them.
Definitely so, and with 2 drivers tonight on double points as well, it should be interesting to see which of those 2 drivers. I will tell people which drivers they were after the as we go into the second qualifying, as the weather for tomorrow is looking more and more like snow, and myself, Kelly, Sutty, Peaceful, Disco, Andy, Fury, all of us are looking forward to the lovely conditions of a blizzard on our way. But nonetheless, make sure you get your ice tyres out. Make sure you get your basically, all I've done is re-watch the Race of Champions before tomorrow night, just so I know I can have a little bit more experience in snow and ice.
Mate, I've been taking all the tyres and screwing nails into them, so that they'll. So I've got ice tyres for tomorrow night. Have you done any actual snow practice, Daniel?
I have done a bit, and actually, weirdly enough, there seems to be more grip in the snow.
Well, I think I don't know why. I haven't actually tried the snow, I must admit. Done a lot of laps in the wet. This is one of those tracks that isn't as bad in the wet, is it, Dan? There's not so many puddles.
It's not too bad. There's a couple horrific ones like near the exit of the final corner, but it's not really in driver's line. While she's still trying to catch onto the back of Smokey here, this is turning into a great scrap between these two. But yeah, there's nothing really too bad. When what I've tested in the snow, there seems to be more grip with the snow. I don't know why, and I can't figure out why. but for some reason there is more grip. Nonetheless, it should be an interesting race tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Oh, Laney misses the chicane, and that's going to give him major damage.
He's made a right mess of the Lego there, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, he's having another shocker as well. And as I said, he's better than this. You know, so hopefully the second part of his evening and his season are going to get better. Because you know, it's just been not great, not good times for him at the moment.
Well, as there are 13 cars, I believe. I've got to make sure I do this right. And I think if Peaceful is in the chat. Top 6 can't qualify, if I'm correct. He might have
12 in the group.
But 13 joined the session, so top 6, if I'm right. I need Peaceful just to remind me, but top 6 at the minute. So that would be Ben, Matt, Emplava, Nicky, Dean, and Smokey at the minute would not be able to qualify. Welshie, Smithy, Stealth Sloth, DJ Phil, Laney, and Bryn would all be able to qualify for the next race. Dean, a quiet race at the minute in 5th place position, and not real excitement. The only real excitement out on track at this precise stage is the Smithy, the Welshie and Smokey fight, but that seems to have come to an end as well. And Ben now starting to match Matt as well, so Matt not able to quite gain on Ben either at this precise stage, but nonetheless, once again, the top 3 are back on the podium once again, and it's the most I think we've had Ben and Matt and Emplava on the podium the most this season in the Pro-Am.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, you know, we said at the beginning of the season, Emplava was a bit of a shock to us because we didn't really know him at the beginning of the season, and so he was a bit of a wild card, and he certainly proved his mettle over the opening rounds of this season. We know he's a contender, but it's these top 3 really that are going to be, which are the championship contenders. Laney should be up there, but he's not at the moment. But a season can turn around quite quickly, Dan.
Yeah, we haven't even reached the halfway point of the season, and some of the drivers have taken their double points. And a reminder to all Pro-Am drivers, if you are going to think about taking double points, you do need to contact myself, Dan Davis, or if you're on the Discord, Dan Unorthodox16. Make sure you contact me before the practice session begins so that I can put you in for the double points. I think there's only a handful of drivers who still yet to take him, and you will not be able to take him after Laguna Seca. So Nürburgring and Spa is not going to be able double points. So you have to take him either at Laguna or before.
And not to be rushing this evening along or this meeting, but what we at next track wise?
We have replaced Daytona Speedway. Normally we would go to Daytona Road Course, and we've gone to Texas instead.
Yes, Texas, of course, yes.
And already people dislike it, from what I've heard.
Well, can't please all the people all the time.
No, you cannot. As DJ Phil, I think, was looking like he was catching on the back of Stealth Sloth. Just looks like he's off a little bit on pace.
Phil? He was running a solid 4th or 5th, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's done his pit stop and he's dropped down to 10th. He's dropped down to 10th place now, so not the best for him at this stage. And Mike still hasn't listened to me, so that's great. I think he's not actually able to hear it, so that's probably why. But I do believe the top 6 can't qualify. But I will double check that.
I think that makes sense.
It would
at the moment in that 6th position is Smokey Devil, who is still fighting with she's still trying to catch him, and it's an interesting one here, Dan, because of the top. Looking at the bottom 6 now, probably the best chance for pole is possibly Laney out of those guys. And so, you know, what does Welshie do here? If he takes Smokey, then yes, he gains himself the next amount of points for the next position up. But you could go out and qualify, you know, and go quite high up on the grid.
But you know yourself, Kelly, every single point counts. You lost your Pro-Am championship by 1 point. So it's Welshie actually down the inside of Smokey.
Whoa. That was that door just opened, and Welshie didn't need a second invite, did he? He just went straight through. And is Smokey listening to me and thinking, I'd rather be on pole for the next race?
Possibly so. That Mercedes has got the grunt to put it on pole, but it is this car, the Lamborghini, that holds the record currently in the Pro-Am. It's the BMW that holds it in the Pro, but I believe, again, that is wrong. But nonetheless, the Mercedes here looks strong, and if it was me, I would, out of all the cars that I'd felt comfortable racing at Fuji, it would have been the Porsche. As well, she tries to break the toe as they come down the back strap.
But look at it. Look. Look at the power of the Mercedes, just dragging it in. The power of the toe. Is he going to send it? No. He thinks better of it. Probably best
Do you know
to.
what?
He was a bit.
Well, she goes deep. And Smokey spun it.
Oh, guys.
It's a little bit messy,
mistakes.
boys. Yeah, a little bit messy from both of them. This is the only fight that's really going on track. This is why we're watching it. But it is Ben Parkey who will come across the line to start his final lap here, who leads this race. Matt in second, Emprava in third. Fourth is Nicky with a great drive to fourth place. Dean with fifth after a great qualifying, just not quite add the consistency. Welshie in sixth at this precise minute and will not be able to qualify. Smokey in seventh. Smithy in eighth. Ninth is Stealth Sloth with a good run from himself. DJ Phil with better consistency as well. And Laney in 11th, and bringing up the rear is Bryn, and we've lost Ukbar. So Emprava coming down the back straight now. Latvia a little bit unshaken about this, but he will have an opportunity in a race 2 where it will be a reverse grid. Top 6 will be not allowed to qualify, but the others will at this stage. But
can't be long before this guy's first win, can it?
No, we're still waiting on his maiden win here at Simplay Motorsport, and we just have to wait that little bit longer. It might come to him in race 2, but do you know what? It's been great to see Emprava in that Audi, because he's one of the only few drivers that I've actually managed to see that Audi do well. In the hands of Jamie Brazy, it was lethal. It gave me a headache for a while. But I think Emprava in Pro-Am has really made it look something special and worth driving, and people will look at it and think, I might drive that car.
Yes, absolutely. It's not the easiest car to drive, and he is doing really well with it. And as I said, that win will come soon enough. But talking about here and now, how many wins is this? Win 4 for Ben Parkey?
Well, yeah, Ben Parkey exits the final corner to come home to take his 4th win of this season, 4th overall, actually 5 overall with his win in LMP2. So Ben Parkey wins here in race 1 at Mount Fuji here. So congratulations to Ben, and good points for him. Matimovic said he was going to struggle here, but he will come home for a solid 2nd place. He will be happy with that. And coming home just behind him is a DJ Phil, and it looks by the Emprava not too far behind. I think he's had a little spin as well, but nonetheless Emprava keeps his record of being on the podium. So congratulations to Emprava on the Audi performance here this evening. Who is that just in the background? That is Nicky coming home for a solid P4. It's actually starting to catch Emprava towards the end, so good stuff from him. Good flash of lights from him. And Dean Masoki looks like he's coming home in that 5th place position with Laney not too far behind. A solid drive from Dean, good qualifying and a decent race pace from him, so he gets home with a solid 5th place with Laney crossing the line in 11th. And we still got this fight as Smokey has now got himself back. Smokey's got himself back in front. There's one corner left. Smokey's hanging it. Welshie, will he do one more send it down the final corner? He'll need the drive. He's gonna have a look. Smokey covers him, but he needs the drive, and I think he's gonna hang on. So Smokey will come home for that most important 6th place, and Welshie will be in 7th, and Welshie will be allowed to qualify.
Yes, indeed, that is the saving grace for Welshie. Smokey just doing enough just to keep Welshie off, and a good race from those two, good clean racing. So Welshie ends up 7th place. Smithy would probably have wanted to have done a bit better with that, but 8th place is what he's got. Stealth is going to come across the line in 9th, and I think they will probably be the lap runners. We won't see them come across the line. So it's Ben Parkey with the win, Matt in 2nd, Emprava in 3rd, Nicky in 4th, 5th place Dean Masoki, 5th place Dean Masoki, 6th place Smoky Devil, Welshie in 7th, Smithy in 8th, 9th place DJ South Sloth, DJ Phil in 10th, and Laney in 11th, and Bryn bringing up the rear in 12th place. And we lost Ukbar earlier on in the session.
We did lose Ukbar earlier on, but that is it for race 1. Make sure you tune in after the break, as I ain't got any space to save the replay. Tune in after the break as we will get race 2 underway. Reminder that top 6 will not be able to qualify. Ben, Matimovic, Emprava, Nicky, Dean Wasoki and Smoky Devil all unable to qualify. The rest of the pack will be able to do so. But make sure you go get a drink, make sure you get some food, and we'll be with you in a moment's time for race 2 here at Fuji at Simplay Motorsport. You're breathing quite heavily down your mic, Dad.
Sorry?
You're breathing quite heavily down your mic.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have to do it to survive.
Matt, why haven't you got rid of the screen? Right, he's finally done that.
Are we out then?
Finally.
Right, I'm going to leave.
Alright. Hello, mate. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I just had to switch controllers. Unlucky for race 1, mate.
Yeah.
Got caught out by that BMW, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, I was hoping he would get out of the way, but, you know.
It is what it is, isn't it? You still got third,
Yeah.
though, so that's something.
I think it more hurts that Matt got away because of that.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
I don't buy some content to it.
Oh, your mic's horrible again. Thanks for that.
Yep, that's both my speakers broken.
Fuck's sake, Ben.
What in God's name?
It's the Prolapse Anthem, are you not familiar?
I am.
No, funnily enough, and I'm not wearing my thong ready.
Who are we missing? Ugbar, but he's not going to join us, I don't think.
Oh, Ugbar got a podium, bloody hell.
No, he's not. No, as in the session.
Ah, right. I think he took someone out again, didn't he? So I heard.
I don't know. Hoping someone saved it so I can have a look.
Yeah, we didn't see too much that was going on at the back.
No, I think Laney and Nicky got took out, I think, from what they were moaning about.
Yeah, it sounded like Laney got involved in something. I'm just going to wait for Matt to get back. But nonetheless, well done, Ben.
Cheers, mate.
Nicky told me last minute that you wanted double points, so...
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter because I know with my work schedule I'm not going to be able to make a couple or 3 races down the line, but what the hell.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Yeah. If any race I can make, I will do, but yeah.
He got it in just at the last minute, so I quickly put it in.
It went through the system, did it?
Yeah, it did. Just. I gotta say, Imprava, you have a plenty of Latvia supporters. I gotta say that.
You certainly do, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
Latvians.
told them about the stream.
It's like the whole country.
Basically.
No, it's nice to see and nice having him in the chat.
Matt's here.
Yeah.
Right, are you ready, Matt?
Yeah.
By the way, I will need to have a chat with Peaceful, yourself, and a couple other the admins.
Okay.
But I'll discuss that after the race, alright?
Okay. Yeah. Okie dokie.
Right, okay, right. Ready? Let's do this. I could hear that coming in before it even came through.
Yeah, coming in before it came through. Could I have another juice, please, mate? Thank you.
Can we go quiet, please? Thank you.
I'm sorry, I had my race mix on. Sorry.
Are we live, mate? I thank God for that. Shh.
Early in the morning.
Welcome back to Simplay Motorsport. The two drivers we've just finished race one. Sorry, I just had an interesting moment in the comms box. We are back here for a race two. The top six can't qualify, and it is Ben Parkey who took the win. Double points drivers tonight was two drivers, and it was the 100th race appearance for himself, Welshie, on double points, and also Ben Parkey on double points as well this evening. So Ben Parkey with a great way to start the night off, and we do have the top three in the channel. I really do hope the points have been updated, but before I have a look at that, let's have a chat with the top three right now, and we'll start off with Emprava. Mate, it looked like it was a good start to the race. You looked like you had a good ding-dong with yourself, Dean, and Matt, and Ben at the start. It was looking very close for you at the top four, and things just didn't pan out your way, but third place, are you happy with that?
Yeah, you know, I'm happy with the third place because I didn't lose too much to Matt, so I'm happy. I think I could have held on to the second, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and it seems like you got a lot of supporters here from your home country in Latvia. And how does it feel having that support in the chat?
It feels nice, you know. A little bit more pressure. You want to do good because they are watching. But yeah, paldies jums, čeļi, ka jūs nesat.
Yes, indeed. That was actually going to be my question, Dan, was about the support. I take it you know all these people, and they're just not random people. They are friends of yours, of course.
Yeah, they're my best friends, so I'm happy to race in front of them.
Sim racers as well, are they?
They play Forza and bang each other in the cars, you know. So.
Yeah. Excellent. So moving into race two, what you thinking your strategy is for race two? Where are you going to be? Towards the back. So is it the normal kind of Emplava laid back kind of attitude for race two?
Yeah, I have learned in these races here that in the second race it's really important to stay out of trouble in turn one. So that's what I will try to do, and from there on, you know, everything can happen. I think I have good pace in this car, and yeah, maybe another third.
Yep. Absolutely. We're looking forward to your first win, which I'm sure is going to come very, very soon. Best of luck in the next race.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, congratulations on third place, Amplava. As we now move on to Matt Ivic, who comes across the line in second place. And Matt, a very an interesting way to start the first race here tonight, with yourself, Dean, Ben, all of you guys close with one another. And I bet as well, Dean kind of shocked you a little bit in that BMW. It seemed like he gave you guys a really good fight earlier on.
Yeah, what, just over a tenth behind Ben in qualifying. That's a mega effort from Dean, so a big shout out to him. But no, cracking fight as always. Ben got past Dean and then just got away. I was trying to hope that Dean could have held him up a little longer, but it just wasn't to be. And then me and N just had a cracking fight, as me and N have had for the last 3 or 4 weeks now. It just seems to be a regular thing on a Wednesday night. Turn up and have a great battle with Amplava and fight with him till the end, because Ben Park is either in front or behind.
Yes, and we know you've been struggling this week, Matt, with your leg. How have you held up through that race and into the next one? How are you getting on with it?
Hard at the end. I saw that Amplava had dropped off a bit further back, so I sort of just took my time a bit more, sort of lifting coasted a bit more than braking hard. But now struggling a bit today. Yeah, so we'll see what we can do in the second race.
This was going to be one of the tests for you this season, wasn't it? That how you can get on with the full season of this. And yeah, you know, I mean, you're doing some cracking racing and pulling out some fantastic results. So hopefully it bears up enough for you.
Yeah, as you say, you know, as much as me that Sunday night was the real test.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's caused it. I think that's what's aggravated it. But Sunday night was the test, and then come here and just damage limitation. If Ben's on double points now, then you know, it's just try and keep him at bay in this second race and see if I can prevent him scoring maximum points and taking a good double. But yeah, it's just about see what we can do this second race.
Excellent. Well, congratulations.
Well, going into race 2, actually, Matt, you said to me that you are struggling to find pace in the Acura around here. It doesn't seem to be too bad, but nonetheless, it's good points for yourself. As you go into race 2, what's your plan and process as you go into the next race?
Same as every race 2, like Amplava said, really. Just take race 2 as it comes. Be patient at the start, and especially here, it's a long run down to turn 1. You're not going to out-drag these cars that are even though they're a bit slower in pace overall. You're not going to out-drag them to the first corner off the line. So try not to get involved in too many incidents. See where we are after turn 1, and hopefully try and hunt Ben down.
Well, best of luck for you for a race 2.
Cheers, boys. Well done to Ben and Amplava, and just say the tables are updated.
Thank you very much. I'll have a look at that. And we do head over to our race winner. Congratulations, Ben, on your 4th win here at Pro-Am. And I think your 5th overall, including the LMP2 win at Silverstone. But congratulations on that. And double points as well, so it really throws you in the fight here. And it seemed like a fairly simple race, that one, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't bad, actually. I just had the setup from Bruno, played with me just a little bit. It was alright. Yeah,
like
you're going to need a bigger boat.
We will tomorrow night. That's for sure.
Go on, Kelly.
Yeah. So was it all just reasonably all controlled? Was it? You didn't have to once you kind of pulled a little bit of a gap from the other guys. Was it just like kind of settle in and make it home?
Pretty much, yeah. I wanted to see if I could get into what I think a 39 lap when I got. Just enjoyed it really.
Absolutely.
I wanted to dial out the McLaren understeer a little bit, but yeah, it was all right. It was good fun.
How are you getting on with the McLaren now? Like, kind of, we're a few races in now. You're beginning to get kind of the hang of the setup of it. Dan was talking earlier in the comms about how you set cars up very different to him and to others. Are you getting the hang of it now?
Yeah, me and Dan have traded setups a couple of times, and we've both found each other's setup undrivable, which is quite funny. I like that.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah, I like quite a pointy car. Same with this, really. So I don't like to put too much effort into my steering. So laziness.
Set up for lazy. I like it.
Other than the little were you a little bit shocked at the start of that race when you saw Dean coming down your inside into turn 1? He had such a good qualifying, and then he really gave you a fight on lap 1.
Yeah, that BM was pretty quick in the straight line. Yeah, I was surprised at that. But I've had to change my clutch because the potentiometer's gone on my clutch pedal, and I tried to fix it in the garage earlier today, and when I put it back on the pedal, I did it upside down, so I've got no clutch. So I'm using the button on the steering wheel. So I'm going to blame everything on that.
Clutch? What clutch?
Well, I'll never use automatic clutch ever.
Yeah, I just put it in gear and go.
Oh no, it's a sim. It's a sim. You need the clutch.
Well, I'll beg to differ on that one, but then I'm not the one with winning races. But oh yeah, look, there is a clutch there. Look, yeah, there it is.
Use the clutch.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll stick with putting it in gear. Probably doesn't do any good for the transmission, but hey, I'm not paying for it.
Well, looks like you're going to be starting in the mid pack here, Ben. What's the plans going into this race, and can you get another win tonight?
I'll go for it, mate. Yeah, I'm just going to. It's quite a long lap and a long race, so I'm going to try and not rush anything, as long as I'm not a plonker and make a silly mistake. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to look forward to seeing if I can pick a few off. But the Flava and Matt had pretty good race pace, so if they get away, it's going to be tricky to track them down, really. But hey, we'll have a go.
Well, nonetheless, mate. Yeah, congratulations on the win as well, and also with the extra double points, it helps you out in the championship. So congratulations to that. And speaking of the championship, I haven't tested. Maybe this weekend. But we'll let you get back into your party with Nikki and Laney. I'm pretty sure you were them. But
yeah, right, mate. Thank you.
Give
worries.
Nikki a kiss for me.
Oh.
So the current tables have been updated, and it is still Mativovic who leads the way with 186 points, but only now 11 points ahead of Ben Parkey, with Emplava dropping down to 3rd place and Laney in 4th. Smithy has moved his way up into 5th place position, and Welshie now in 6th. Azukbar has dropped down to 7th. Smoky Devil in 8th place, with Dean Wasocki in 9th. 10th is Bryn. 11th is Self-Sloth. 12th is Nikki, and DJ Phil bringing up the rear. Sweet and Sour Motorsport still lead the way from Rainbow Prolapse this time, and Audi Sport in 3rd. 4th is Team Prolapse. 5th is MC Motorsport. 6th is Not Fast Just Furious. 7th is Metal and Racing. 8th is Smoky Racing, and bringing up the rear in 9th place is Powerline Racing. And that is a qualifying over, Kelly, and it is Laney on pole.
Well, just about, yeah. We'll see. Phil's just coming over to finish his lap, and he's best of the rest in 2nd place. And Laney with a 38.9 takes the pole position. But as I said, DJ Phil on the front row as well. Unless Bryn can do anything about him in the background, and we'll see as he comes across the line. What can Bryn do? Can he improve? And no, he doesn't. And so your front row is Laney from DJ Phil. DJ Phil having a cracking good meeting this evening, and Mr. 101 is in 3rd place with Stealth Sloth, his teammate, lining up in 4th. Bryn in 5th place, and Smithy in 6th as the top 6 qualifiers. First, the non-qualifiers, Smoky Devil in 7th place, Ben Parkey, and good luck at the draw in 8th. His teammate Nikki Prolapse in 9th, Matt is 10th, and Plava is in 11th, and Dean Wasocki with the fast-flying BMW brings up the rear.
Definitely so, as we're about to get this race underway here, and like I said, like you said, Kelly, Laney is on pole position, and this time we've only got 12 cars. Smokey did disconnect, but he has managed to get himself back into the session. Ukbar will not be joining us for this session, and yeah, DJ Phil with a good qualifying puts himself on the front row. I think that's his best qualifying here this season. That's actually quite. I think I have some stats about qualifying actually. Average qualifying for Nikki in qualifying 1 is 7. Laney is 4th. Is Spooky Devil is 6th. Welshie is 10th. 11th is Stealth Sloth. 10th is Smithy. 3rd place average for Matt. 10th for DJ Phil. Ukbar with 5, 4 with Ben Parkey, that's interesting. Emprava with 3, 5 for Dean, and 9 for Bryn. And the best for Quali 1 has been Laney, and I don't think that's correct. Matt says his best average, sorry. Best average is Dean, and Emprava, I think. No, Ben. Sorry, Ben.
Right, okay. All clear as mud. Did you say we'd lost Smithy? Because we have lost Smithy.
We lost Smith? No, we haven't lost Smithy. We lost Smoky Devil, but he got himself back into the session. We don't have Ugbar.
When I rode through... Smoky Devil. Look, Smithy shows as Smoky Devil.
Where is Smithy then? We don't seem to have an Akora.
Smoky Devil's there. He seems to be there on the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just doesn't show. A bit of a strangey glitch thing, like this thing does. Hey, clutch pedal or no clutch pedal? We'll get back into that in a minute because we're about to sync up and get racing. Daniel, do you want to take us off the start?
Well, the lights come on, the res arrive, and we're about to go underway for race 2 at Fuji, round 10, and away we go. And the Lamborghini's getting an absolute flyer as Smithy's car suddenly appears out of nowhere as it was inside of Smokey's car. But Welshie with the absolute flyer into turn 1 as down the inside on double points. He wants to score as many points as he can, but Bryn's coming flying down the inside and plows his way through, and that puts DJ Phil at the front. Ben Parkey running wide, the Lamborghini side by side as Welshie doesn't look too happy with Bryn, and Bryn just barges his way past, but it's Smithy makes contact with Nicky. Smithy. That's going to cause absolute chaos. I don't know what's going on behind because there's a spinning Akora and there's loads of cars everywhere. Who's been caught up? I think Ben's been caught up in that.
He has, yes. Ben Parkey in that, Dean's in that, and Smithy, and all sorts of chaos going on. So the net winner at the moment, Laney, with an absolute cracking start, and Matt's got himself up to 5th, so he can improve from there. But out in front is DJ Phil with a cracking good start to this race, and out in front. And how long can he hold it? Because Bryn seems to be on a mission this evening. He hasn't got a BMW, he's got a tank tonight, and he seems to be using it as he's having a look at DJ Phil for the race lead as DJ Phil goes very deep into that corner. Laney is hot on their heels. Matt and DJ Phil goes very deep up into that corner, but he holds on to it, and Bryn's going to go all the way around.
Bryn's dropped it. Bryn's dropped it. Who's he going to hit?
Is he going to get collected? No, he doesn't. Matt doesn't collect him, and Welshie's through as well, and up into 4th. It's still all going on behind Smoky Devil. They're all over the place at the moment. But
Dean with a horrific start. He's down to 12th place position, so not the start he would have wanted. Ben Parkey obviously possibly got damage to the front of his car. I think he was the one who came together with Smithy, and obviously these guys can't pit until a lap 4. If they have damage, they need to prove that they have significant damage to us, and if not, they'll have to go until lap 4. If they don't, they'll get a 30-second penalty at the end of the race. But Emprava down the inside and makes a move on Smokey. Next target for him is Stel Sloth. He can see Matt up ahead, so he wants to hunt him down as quickly as he possibly can.
Yeah, Matt's playing the she's gone deep.
Whoa,
he's
Nicky's gone
Nicky
with him
as well. Yeah, that's given Emplava two spots just nice and easily there, and he just got a little bit collected, or Nicky got collected in Welshie's mistake there. So Nicky goes to the back of the pack as well. He won't be happy about that. As I said, Emplava gets a couple of more positions, and Laney's now in front of DJ Phil. He's made that stick, and fun while it lasted for Phil. He's now got Matt in his rear view, who's going to be the next man, but it's all going off behind here. Has got Welshie, Emplava and Smokey all in very, very close company at the moment.
Well, Smokey and Welshie, I think, Welshie had lost out to Emplava there, and Emplava really got a bit of pressure from the Lamborghini of Welshie, and Welshie just trying to stick to him as best he can with the double points. He's trying to score as best he possibly can at his favourite circuit here. Ben Parkey on his double points, not the start he would have wanted, currently in 8th place position, but Matt is on the back of DJ Phil, and the Akora seems to have the grunt here at Fuji.
Yeah, sorry, I was taking a drink just then. Yeah, it's a strange one because, as I said, we saw the same with the Renault. The Renault being that is a high downforce car and hasn't got a lot of straight line speed. Look, there it goes, look, got in slipstream. He's going to make that pass on DJ Phil as Emplava's in the background putting some moves on Stealth Sloth. Yeah, towards the back there. So that's Emplava up in position as well. So he's the next man to be hunting down DJ Phil. Smokey Welshie going at it again as well.
Sorry,
these guys
Matt has really caught onto the back of Laney. Laney must have made a mistake somewhere, because that's how close Matt is to the back of Laney. Matt looking like he's on his way to possibly get a good chance of winning the race here. But at the minute, DJ Phil's dropped it. Where's DJ Phil dropped to? Sorry, he's down in 8th place now. Bryn's having a sideways moment as well.
Yes, indeed. We kind of missed what happened there to DJ Phil with a great couple of laps, but unfortunately couldn't manage to hold on to it. So Matt's chasing down Laney. Where's Ben Parker? He's in 7th at the moment, and he's got some work to do from that position. And yeah, lots of work to do. So Emplava up into 3rd. So Matt and Emplava in good shape, as well as Laney. They've got through all the melee by lap 3, so it's game on for these 3. And as I said, Ben with some work to do. He's got to get through this scrap, which is Smokey, Welshie, Stealth Sloth, all these guys. As Ben goes a little bit deep up onto the curb there.
He's dropped it!
Oh, as Ben Parker's dropped it. Oh dear.
He's got it going relatively quickly and stays out the way of DJ Phil. So good stuff there from Ben Parkey. So a very odd thing to see there. Ben Parkey making a mistake as Matt gets within 6/10 of Laney and actually catching him by the end of the straight by the looks of things.
Yes, indeed. Ben must have put more than a lazy handful of steering lock on there and lost the car. But as you say, Matt is chasing Laney down at the rate of knots as well. Is Laney just struggling a little bit for pace?
I think Laney just seems to be struggling overall with this McLaren. He doesn't seem to be gelling with this car, and Stealth Sloth looked like he's under massive pressure from Smoky Devil further back in 5th and 6th place. Only 3/10 separating those two. Stealth Sloth's dropped it!
As we go straight on there, as Stealth slopped it. He dropped it even. And,
Stealth Sloth slopped it.
Slopped it. So yeah, that wasn't helpful, was it? Matt's dropped off Laney a little bit by a second or so, but that might just be the difference in how they're driving the track. To be fair, as you look, they are still in reasonably close company.
Well, Ben Parkey
just reeling these guys in, not hugely, but he's doing it bit by bit.
Yeah, ever so slowly. And guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Get your comments in as well. Latvia still supporting their driver of Emplava, who's in 3rd place position and slowly bringing the gap down to the leaders. Can this be the opportunity that Emplava needs to take his first win of the season? Nicky slowly working his way up as Stealth Sloth made his mistake. Smithy down the back, and the 2 BMWs not having the best round after the start.
No, which is a shame, because the BM seemed to go really well around this track. So yeah, Dean with a great showing in the first race and some real pace. Unfortunately, got caught up in that action. What's going on in the background?
Smokey's pitted.
He's going into the pits.
So lap 4 has opened. So Smokey is in on the correct pit window, and he is in on lap 4 here on the 2nd round, and the first man to pit here this evening.
Yes, indeed, for his mandatory pit stop. Everyone's got to do it. You don't have to do anything in the pits. You just have to take that pit stop. So you don't have to change tyres, you don't have to put fuel in. You can if you want to, but you'll be crazy because it takes so long, because these mechanics are useless.
Smithy also into the pits, as is Stealth Sloth. So all those guys getting their pit stops done and out the way as we were watching Matt and Laney battling it out. Emplava has brought that gap down a little bit. He was 1/10 faster than Matt, but 3/10 faster than Laney. So he is finding pace over these guys. Smithy out. Stealth Sloth in his pit box, but nonetheless there's great fights going on up and down. DJ Phil and Nicky quite close to one another, but Ben is in 5th place position, slowly making his way up the pack, and I don't think he suffered too much damage, because if he had done, he would have been in the pits by now.
Look at the top 3, Dan. Look at their lap times. A couple of tenths between 1st and 2nd, and 1 between 2nd and 3rd. So evenly matched at the top. Gives Emplava a bit of a headache and plenty to do. But it can all change real quickly, and we'll see how this race progresses. Can be won and lost in the pit stops as well, as we see. Oh, Phil getting a little bit wrong, a little bit twitchy under braking, and didn't quite make the apex there. So still plenty of racing to go. Fastest battle, or the closest battle on track is this. Matt chasing down Laney.
Just looking at Yeah, just looking at these two, they just don't seem to have the pace in a straight line. As you see a couple of the guys in the background looking like they're opting to a pit. And I believe that's well. Laney's gone wide. Laney's gone very wide.
And Matt's capitalised on that. And Plava was a lot quicker. He was nearly a second quicker than these guys over the last lap. So he's really dragging them down now. So Laney, with a mistake, has given Matt the race lead for the moment.
And with that, Ben Parkey and Welshie are both into the pits, serving their pit stop on lap 5, so they get their pit stops out of the way. And Laney losing out big time to Matt there, basically handing this race to Matt at this precise stage. But what is that McLaren like in the toe of the back of the Acura? That is the question.
Yeah, we're going to find out in a minute, I think. But look at these three all closing up now. Plava's got the race lead gap down to just under a couple of seconds now, so he is absolutely flying with a bit in his teeth, trying to hunt down these guys for those extra positions. And so it's Matt out in front, and lap 6, he hasn't made his pit stop yet, and he's under pressure from the guys behind him. They're coming to get him bit by bit.
Dean on lap 5 does his pit stop as well, and he is done and dusted and out the way. So still to take that pit stop is Matt, Prava, Nicky, DJ Phil, Laney and Bryn, all still yet to take their pit stops, as this fight I think is going to go on for a while. The thing, I don't know what Prava will be thinking. The thing is, they want to be looking at the gaps, and at the minute the closest car to him is Nicky, about 13 seconds back to Prava, and look at his lap times. He's faster than the guys in front. Laney with a poor turn 1, losing massive amount of time. So will Laney will Prava want to come in early, get the undercut on the two cars in front, or will he want to sit here and fight? Because at the minute, Matt is pulling out. As I say that, Nicky comes in. So that might open up an opportunity for him.
Yes, indeed. Nicky, as you remember, had a really was in a little bit of an incident with Welsh. He got punted off the side of the track. So Nicky had done well to get himself back up to 4th by the time he came into the pits. He's got his pit stop done. Looked like a reasonably quick one as well, didn't it, Dan?
Yeah, relatively quick, and as well, it was a very good pit stop, and he's done very well here at Fuji. Seems like he's had a very good round here, as he's just lost a place to Ben Parkey, who've both done pit stops, but he loses out to Smokey as well. But Nicky seems to be having a solid round here in Fuji. But we go back to the leaders, who are still battling it out for the top 3 positions. What other fights are about? There's not really many other fights bar these 3 at this precise stage.
Yeah, Welshie and Smokey going at it again. These two have been race 1 and race 2 have been connected by a little bit of invisible elastic, I think, because they've been trading positions
the two
all
Scots.
Evening. Yeah. Battle of the North.
Battle of the North, and at the minute, I think it first strike went to Smokey. So.
Yeah. So Welshie will be wanting to get the job done. He ain't going to do it being all over the curbs like that, though, is he?
Definitely not, no. And I think looking at the top 3 now, they seem to have matched one another, and Laney actually opts to pit on lap 7. So a lap 7, Laney pits. Now, is he going for the undercut on Matt?
It's an average hold by the looks of it. Maybe above average hold. Has he got damage? I would have thought so. He hadn't been in any incidents, has he?
Nope, as DJ Phil comes down the straight, and he's obviously not pitted yet. Who's his real threat is Ben, who's coming down the back straight. Bryn's still yet to pit as well, so Bryn is actually now pitting on a lap 7 as he comes into the pits, which clears Ben, and Laney now is out the pits, and it's going to be quite close to Ben actually. Ben's caught these lot quite quickly. What was that lap time? Of 40.0, so he's flying at the minute. At this rate, he could be on the back of Prava and Matt by the end of the pit stops.
Yes, Ben's taken his pit stop as well, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, so he is in good shape. He's absolutely flying.
DJ Phil, Prava and Matt are the only 3 yet to pit.
Yeah, these 3 are the only left to pit, as Dan says, as Bryn is in the pits for the second time, or?
No, first time.
On his way out. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So Matt Still's leading this race. Plava 2.1 behind as we stand. And looks like Matt's coming in to me. He goes over to the right-hand side to take up the pit lane. And stays on the track. Got to keep 2 wheels on the track. Not allowed to come
I think Emplava's gone in with him. He has done.
He's followed what he's doing. So it's a pit stop race.
It is a pit stop race.
Yeah, who's got the better mechanic?
Matt's missed his pit box.
Yeah, he missed his pit box. Quick pit stop though. Must have had that one set up a treat. And Emplava's wasn't too bad.
Where's Laney though? Where is Laney? Laney's dropped it again, I think, because Ben's now ahead of him. And so it's going to be a fight between Matt and Emplava. Has Emplava got a little bit closer due to Matt just missing his pit box ever so slightly? That is the question. But both of them are into the pits. And DJ Phil now leads this race, still yet to pit. Could DJ Phil now be another chapter in this fight here in race 2?
Well, he's yet to pit, isn't he, DJ Phil?
Yeah, so how long does DJ Phil go? That's the question.
Yes, indeed. So he kind of panned out almost the same, couple of tenths in it, considering Matt missed his pit box, but did have a very cracking stop once he got in there. Ben Parkey certainly dragged himself back into this race, hasn't he? From a disappointing start. This man is your man in front who goes a little bit wide. He's still stopped though, so he's.
So where are we looking roughly for DJ Phil to pan out in? Behind probably Welshie and Smithy, I would say, is where you probably pan out. But
yeah.
How long is DJ Phil going to stay out though? Is he going to hold Matt up a little bit? That's the question, because that would give Emplava a chance to just get a little bit closer. Emplava actually lost time in the pit stops to Matt, so if anything, he lost the opportunity to really give him a headache. It's Matt and DJ Phil hit each other.
Yeah, that looked like quite a crack as well. I would be surprised if Matt hasn't got damage from that, because that was looked like quite a hit. Did Phil brake too early? Did Matt misjudge it? Who knows? So that one might be one for the stewards, that one, mightn't it?
Possibly so. And Emplava gets a little bit closer. DJ Phil moves to one side. I believe that's him probably opting for the pit lane. But Emplava gets a little bit closer to his championship rival of Matovic, and DJ Phil is in on lap 9. So everyone has pitted for the round here at Fuji. No more pit stops yet to come. But Ben, in the background, just slowly peeking his way. Constant 40s at the minute, low minute 40s. The only man really doing it. Nicky not far off in that as well, 40.5. Yeah. Nicky having a great run at this precise stage, and I think he will jump DJ Phil. He will, but he's quite close to Smokey at the minute as well. Nicky doing a great run here in this second race, just picking his people off bit by bit.
Yes, he is, and I'd love to see Nicky get it hooked up. Do you know what I mean? He's got pace from time to time, but just needs to hook it up and get it done, because he's such a cracking good driver when he's on his money, So it would. The question
I want to be asking right now, and I might be able to find out, is what damage has Matt got to the front of his car? I know he streams on Twitch. The Gaming Welshman is his account, so if you want to see his POV, then head over to Twitch and see that. But Disco in the comments saying, regardless how this ends, Matt driver of the day, considering how bad he's feeling. It's been an awesome night tonight. Obviously, I think Latvia are just voting for Emplava anyway. Reminder, guys, make sure you get your vote in for driver of the day, as we have a look, if I can, on Matt's stream, and I will find out what damage he has sustained.
Okay. Although, if he has or not, Emplava is hunting him down, and Emplava still looking for his first win here at Simplay, and I'm sure he'd like to take it sooner rather than later, and he's got an opportunity here, because he certainly seems to have the pace over Matt at the moment. But look out for this guy, because Ben Parkey is bringing the gap down another 40.1. And as he comes across the line, let's see what his next lap time is. Emplava's just on a 40.2. Matt's a second slower at the moment, which could indicate that he's carrying a bit of damage. Ben does a 40.1.
Okay, so what I've seen on Matt's telemetry, he's got 7 front aero damage.
Okay, so he's got away with a lightly, but he's still got to carry that 7%, and it's not the easiest. I don't know how well the Acura carries its damage. I certainly think the Renault used to carry it quite well, the McLaren not so well. I mean, Emplava is hunting him down, isn't he? I think this is going to be
Laney in the further back is struggling with Smoky Devil now passing him. I think Nicky's going to catch on to the back of him as well. As you see here, Laney all over the back of Smoky Devil. Is Laney going to send it into the hairpin? That is the question. Mercedes versus McLaren.
Where to look? Yeah, not that time round. Has a look, but can't get it done. Emplava within half a second. I'm keeping an eye on the times, trying to pick you the best battles and show them to you. But at the moment, it's Laney on the back of Smoky Devil, and just coming into play is Nicky in this one as well. They're scrapping, has brought Nicky in. Laney looks up the inside. Just squeezes it through there. I think Smokey gave him the respect there, but Smokey's got the inside line for the last corner. They go side by side into the last corner, and it's going to be about power now. And Laney's up on the curb. You don't get a lot of traction on that curb either, so he slips into the slipstream. Nicky takes up that slipstream as well, as Emplava is really close to the back of Matt. I'm trying to keep an eye on that and keep an eye on this as well, because there's some
Laney's going to have a run in turn 1.
Yep, he certainly is, and
he doesn't. He thinks better of it.
Doesn't make it stick. I'm going to jump over to these two because look, these two are going for it as well, and this is for the race lead, of course. And Emplava, does he know? Does he know that Matt's got a bit of damage? Does he know that Matt's struggling? He can certainly see the sniff of that win now. I just
want to comment, Kelly. Look at Ben's last lap time, a 39.6. He's hunting these two down quickly.
Yeah, and if these two get into some handbags, then he's going to be right on them. I think Matt might be struggling just slightly with that bit of damage, you know, because he's in the 41s, and Emplava's in the 40s, and Ben's in the 39s. So this is Matt going to try and hold this off for 6 laps. It's a tall order, isn't it?
It is going to be very difficult for him, as Laney has now got past Smoky Devil in the background as well. Nicky right onto the back of him as well, so that's still a close fight between those three. But make sure, guys, no, not done at all. Laney running a bit wide through there. That gives Smoky a sniff of an opportunity. But I think whatever happens here, I think
Smoky's through. Smoky's through. Well through, actually. What happened to Laney? He's gone backwards, and Nicky's up the side of him as well.
Prolapse love here.
Excuse me, yeah, absolutely. So they're trading positions. Yeah, I'm on it. Emplava goes side by side with Matt. Matt's got the downhill, the run. We've seen this time and time again on the outside. You get the traction down the hill, but has Emplava got it done this time?
They get close.
He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
So close.
Matt putting his car in all the right positions, and Emplava has to find somewhere else. While these two are busy scrapping one another, they're doing 41s. Ben in the background, 39.6. He is rapidly catching these two. This two-way fight is going to end up in a 3-way fight. And the fight between Smokey and Nicky and Laney is still going on as well. There's just so much action going on in this fight as well. But Emplava, as you see, Laney has a twitch on behind the back of his teammate. And there's so much going on here. Can Laney he's getting so close to the back of Nicky's car. He's looking all over the shop, but he can't find anywhere through. Emplava is still right on the back of Matt as well. I really don't know how you're doing this, Kelly, because now look at Ben.
I'm doing it either.
Ben's here as well now.
Ben's right there, isn't he? Look, and we're back on with Laney and Nicky.
They hit each other
as they touch. They touch there, and Laney gives a little bit of a nudge as he goes past Nicky. Nicky straight back on him. I wonder if Nicky's got a bit of damage. Ben Parkey is now right on the back. I say right on the back. He's within a second and a half now of the leading two. Emplava still can't find a way past the widest Acura in the world. It's wider than it is long, this Acura, in the hands of Matt. He seems to be doing all the right things just to keep Emplava behind. And now we've got Ben is going to be in this party in the next lap and a half, you know.
I would say this lap, Ben, with Ben's pace, look at that, 39.6. Well, the leader's 2 seconds a lap slower than him. So Ben is flying. He's now onto the back of these guys. Nicky on the back of Laney. Can he find a way past? Whoa. Laney doing a little bit of waving.
Whoa! Oh, I don't know quite what that was all about. I jump off just for a minute. We'll leave that one to the stewards. I don't quite know what Laney was playing at there, really, because Emplava's got to run this time, and Matt's got to defend it. Matt's got the inside line into the next corner, so Matt can break that a little bit later. Holds up on the apex, got it covered. Got it covered again.
If Emplava wants to win this race, he needs to clear that car now. He needs to get past now. or else he's going to get stuck behind Matt and Ben's going to pounce. But he's on the wrong side of the track. He needs to be on the inside. Matt just seems to have him covered everywhere.
He does, and we know Matt is taking a little
Ben's
bit of damage and struggling with his leg, and you were quite right, Dan, in less than a lap. Ben is here, look out. You boys, so Emplava's got to now start looking in his mirrors as well as looking forward. This is getting very tasty here for this win, and only 4 laps left to go. My gosh, this has gone really, really quickly. Matt making it Akora as wide as possible as he comes into the last corner once again. Now, let's... What's going to pan out here, Dan, really?
This is going to be the fight of the season. The top 3 drivers of the championship batting it out. Laney just doesn't seem to have anything compared to these 2 at this precise stage. Sorry, these 3. Emplava with a much better run out the corner. He's got better slipstream. He's got the run on Matt, but he's on the wrong side once again. He's on the outside. Ben will be looking on the outside as well. He'll be waiting for these 2 to trip over one another, but Ben right on the back of him. Emplava's going right round the outside, but he hasn't got the job done, and Matt covers him off. Now Ben's there. Ben once again with a 39.6. He's right on the back of these guys, but he's got to be careful that he doesn't get involved in any incidences himself.
Yeah, Matt doing a cracking job of defending. Oh, look, here comes Ben round the outside of Emplava. He's and
Ben gets the job done right round the outside, and he's going down the inside of Matt.
He's going to have a crack, you know.
He had a very good go. Yeah, Ben, is he on for another race? Is he going to get the double here? But Emplava's coming back. He has to fight. Matt on the inside. This is great racing from these 3.
Absolutely, and it is great racing. They've gone side by side for so long. I don't think he's going to be able to hold Ben off for much longer. That's it. Ben is through, and Matt's is going to send it. I don't think he's going to be able to, you know. And Ben Parkey, class act, isn't it?
He done a very good job there. Matt's coming back down the inside though, and I don't think he can. Ben has just seemed to outsmart the pair of these. Well, Emplava took way too long to pass Matt. Ben's just gone and done it within a lap. But the pair of them.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, he done the pair of them in a lap, and you got to take your hat off to Matt's defence this evening. He's been absolutely brilliant on his defending tonight, but he's got pressure from Emplava again. He's seen one car go past him. He's still got to hold up another, and they haven't. Ben hasn't pulled away, has he? These 2 are still in the slip. They're still in this fight as well as. Yeah,
Emplava's just outsmarted him as Ben goes wide as well. Ben might have to. He's lost traction. Look, they're making contact with one another. Emplava, has he got enough ahead of Ben?
It's not done yet. They go 3 wide through that corner, Dan. The cameraman picks it up. Emplava goes wide. They went 3 abreast through there. Matt's flashing his lights. He got squeezed right in the middle of that. We'll have to leave that one for the stewards, but it looked like they all went in together reasonably fairly. Is Emplava slowing down? Is he letting? Is he going to let Matt back through? He probably overtook off track. I'm not going to call it. We don't have all the angles, but certainly given Ben Clark.
I don't know. Ben seems to be slow off the line as Matt goes down the inside and looks like he's got the job done on Emplava. They get really close, and Matt gets that second place position back, and Ben carries on the way he goes in front, but I felt like Ben probably lost time going wide and was kind of so desperate to keep hold of the position that he stayed so tight to the inside, and those 2 only had one option but to go on the outside.
Yeah, I think as I said, possibly one to be looked at. Emplava was off track when we saw him again, but the place is back to Matt. Did Emplava let off to let Matt through? Because he's all over the back of him again now, Dan. We go again. It's like a title fight, isn't it? Blow for blow.
These 3 going really well, and I think Matt, without that front end damage, would be a lot quicker right now. And as says, might need to give the position back. Emplava, when running wide, he has given the position back, Mike. So Emplava now behind Matt. And he's looking to try and find a way past once again. But Ben is now extending his gap lead. But I think Ben might be struggling on these last few laps. He doesn't seem as good, but these 2 just sticking with him.
Look at that. Matt went a little bit deep. And Plava's got the run down the inside. I think Matt went a little bit deep and there was a little bit on his back foot a little bit there, as then Plava just drove right down the inside of him. So Matt's got to go again now. Matt takes the switch.
Oh,
goes
Matt hit him!
Oh, and he's touched him and he's stopped. He's letting him go. Oh, that was close. Dean nearly collected the side of him. So Matt did the right thing. He stopped. He let him go. He didn't push him on. He knew he tapped him. So even Stevens now. This might be the end of this battle now, you know. Oh no, it's not. Look, Matt's coming back again. Look, isn't he? He's relentless.
I think what's happened. I think what's happened there, that's just concede Ben Parkey with 2 wins here, and I think he's going to take a Grand Slam here this evening. I think he might have fastest lap as well. So pretty much, other than not getting pole position in race 2, he had pole for the race 1. Yeah. He had fastest lap for race 1, and he took the win. He's now leading this race. We'll have to double check pole fastest lap, as Laney's done a 39.2, so that might be at risk here. Nearly Ben might have a Grand Slam here.
Yeah, he might well do. Of course, he can't take that pole position point in race 2, because that's not the way that the championship works. So he could be taking the full Grand Slam, as you said. He just needs the fastest lap to get the full set on double points. So yeah, it's a maximum that he can do. I'm sure he'll be very pleased with that.
I think he will be, as well, as Matt doesn't seem to have any more answers to Emplava right now, so he might have to just conceal to that 3rd place position, and nonetheless he's still walking away with decent points, considering he thought he was going to be slow here.
Yeah, same guys on the podium again. It's
wait, hang on a minute, we've lost Nicky.
You're right, we have lost Nicky. What happened to Nicky then?
I think the contact with Laney possibly lost him.
Yeah, that's last time we saw him, as he was being catapulted off one side. I think that's one that the stewards will look at as well. I think the stewards have got a busy couple of days in front of them tonight. There's a couple of things to look at tonight.
Yeah, definitely so. As Ben Parkey comes around the final corner.
I've got to say though, the quality of driving in Pro-Am has been really quite good in the last or this season, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. So what's happened to Emplava? He's dropped to 3rd, but Ben Parkey is going to come home to take the win. We'll come back to these guys, but Ben Parkey wins. It takes 2 for 2 here, and across the line as he comes around to finish the race, and he just takes the win. But Emplava dropping it at the end there, and Matt looks like he's just going to hang on to 2nd.
Yes, indeed. I think it looks like a little bit of damage on the front of Emplava's car. I don't know if he dropped it all by himself or what happened there, to be fair. But as you say, last-minute change of position when we thought it was all over. Matt managed to drag it back into 2nd place. Laney's going to come across the line in 4th. Good effort from Smokey and top of the Scots. In 5th place from his fellow countryman Welsh. He's a bit of a way back now, and but he's going to come over the line in a solid 6th place. The second Akora, Smithy, and Smithy probably would have been better off tomorrow night when it was raining, because we know he's the rainmeister. But he's going to come home in 7th place, just in front of Stealth Sloth, as we see him come across and come over the line. And Stealth Sloth, as I said, he will be your 8th place man. Bryn will be 9th. DJ Phil, after leading this race, ends up at the end of things in 10th place. And again, Dean had such a good start to this meeting, ends up in 11th. Wow, what a race, Dan.
Yeah, definitely so. And Kelly, when we get to the table, can you do me a favour and just save this replay so that the stewards can have a look at some incidences? But nonetheless, it is Ben Parkey who takes the double here at Fuji on double points as well. Fastest lap went the way of Laney, so he does not take the Grand Slam here, but it is Ben Parkey who wins, with Matt in 2nd. 3rd is Emplava, 4th is Laney, 5th is Smokey, 6th is Welshie, 7th Smithy, 8th is Stealth Sloth, 9th Bryn, 10th is DJ Phil, 11th is Dean Wasocki, 12th Nicky retired. I'm not sure why. He might have to send us proof of why he retired, possibly because he was on his roof, but we need to confirm. Tables have been updated, and after Ben Parkey's double points, he now leads the championship on 225 points, 19 ahead of Matt, with Matt on 206, and Emplava in third, 181, 44 behind, so he's just lost a little bit out there. As Laney now up into 4th place position with 117. Welshie on his double points has got himself up into 5th place position on 99 points, and Smithy dropping down to 6th on 89. 7th is Smoky Devil with 89 points, and 8th of Ukbar with 78. 9th is Dean Masaki with 67. 10 is Bryn on 59. Stealth Sloth with 56. DJ Phil with 46 and in 12th place, and Nikki in 13th place with 43, and Sweet and Sour Motorsport still lead the way with 295 points, 70 ahead of Rainbow Prolapse in 2nd place. 3rd place is Audi Sport with 181 points, and 4th place is the way of Team Prolapse on 106. 5th place is MC Motorsport 155 points, and Not Fast Just Furious on 6th place with 126. 7th is the way of Smoky Racing on 89. 8th place is Metal and Racing on 78, and in 9th place is Powerline Racing. Who have we got in the party, Kelly?
I think Matt's here and Plava's here.
And we're still waiting.
Ben's in, yeah.
Still waiting on Ben. So as we got the two boys here now, Emplava, we'll start with you. And it looked so good. It looked like an opportunity for a race win, but it just seemed like Matt just had every answer for your defence. But nonetheless, it was an awesome race between you two.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that race between me and Matt. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get through him fast enough, and Ben caught us, so... And yeah, in the end, the other BMW put his front bumper in my door, so... Unfortunately.
Is that what happened to you towards the end there? We just missed, you're in 2nd place, and we just missed what happened just at the end there. What did happen just there?
Yeah, after the last slow chicane, we caught, I don't know, the white BMW.
Right.
And he wanted to give space, but he didn't. I wasn't fast enough to get through him. And
right.
When I did an undercut, so... But I don't know what happened, but he steered left and hit me.
That's unfortunate, but a good round all in all, and some great racing. That was a great race for us to commentate on, and it looked like good fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Well,
excellent.
3rd place tonight, mate, and 3rd place in the championship. Just lost a little bit of more points between Ben and Matt. Ben now leading the championship. You head to Texas to the halfway point. Texas road course. Do you like the circuit? You're looking forward to it, and can you catch the two in front of you?
I don't know. Can I catch them? But I don't really like the circuit in the America, especially the bank. I'm not that good at taking it. So, but you know, everything can happen, and I will do my best.
Anything can happen, and we could have rain, but nonetheless, mate, congratulations on a good job today. And I think with your Latvian backing, you have taken driver of the day today, and I don't think that was a surprise, but congratulations on that. We then move to Matt, and to be fair, mate, that Acura seemed ridiculously wide, the widest Acura I have ever seen.
Yeah, and then you meet a silly red McLaren that brakes right in front of you when you're trying to get past him. And what was Phil doing, man? What was Phil doing?
But
did that give you damage, Matt?
7 front aero damage. So to these guys on the straights, I was a sitting duck, and I had to defend for the life of me. I don't know what Phil was doing.
But that's
he was first place, fighting and defending, but then letting me go at the same time, and it's like, yeah, look,
well. Yeah. One for the stewards there, maybe.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you look back at this race, and you and Emplava once again with a fantastic fight, and then Ben just catching you at the end. This is really, to me, turned into a 3-horse race between you three. And when we see you guys on track, it's probably the best racing we've seen in a very long time. Are you enjoying racing these two?
3 wide through turn 2. You wouldn't have wrote that one before tonight, would you? No, it's been fantastic racing. I've said all season, the more I've raced with Emplava, the better fun it is. And I've raced with Ben, and I've said about the respect for Ben, and and how good he is when we've gone wheel to wheel. And you know, tonight was just another case of that. I had damage, them two caught me, and battle commenced. And I tell you what, it was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that, and it seems that excuse me, seems that every week I'm going toe to toe with Emplava here, and I'm loving every minute of this. He's a fantastic person to come up against. He's a quick driver, and no, I'm loving every moment of this. Me and En, yeah, I think it's fantastic.
How's the leg holding up?
I'm hurting.
Well, nonetheless, you get a little bit of a rest. You head towards this weekend. Actually, you head towards Azerbaijan in the F1. Are you excited for that? And also Texas, not too far away as well. Another circuit, probably the Acura doesn't suit. And what's the goal there?
Azerbaijan, looking forward to keep it out the walls. I managed to do that at Monaco, so let's see if we can do it again there. Look for another win, because I'm slowly starting to creep away in that one. Texas, I've never done much of Texas. So I think it's going to be a long week ahead of me for Texas. But I tell you what, if Ben and Emplava are on form again there, and hey, we never know what Welsh and Smoky Devil can do, because it seems a track that might suit their cars a bit more. So let's see what they can do. But Texas will be tough as well.
Well, nonetheless, mate, congratulations on P2. And for me, I would say that for me, you were driver of the day today with that brilliant defensive drive towards the end. And congratulations from me.
I'll concur with that one, Dan. I'll give Matt my driver of the day as well. I think your defence with damage, car and leg, was brilliant.
Yeah, cheers, buddies. Cheers, boys. Thank you very much.
But it's this man tonight who's absolutely dominated here this evening, Ben Parkey, with another race win here. It's now makes that 5 race wins in Pro-Am, 6 overall. I bet you wasn't expecting 2 wins this evening, were you?
No, not after that first lap. No, that all went wrong.
Explain to us what happened on lap 1.
In turn 2, there was a couple of guys came together. I tried to avoid it, but no, I got clipped, then had damage. Waited for the pit window, and then just had to plug away really, and just close them down, and then not mess about when I got there.
Which you didn't. You
didn't have time.
No, we were saying that you were catching that Emplava needed to get the job done quickly around Matt, and you seemed to cruise up behind the pair of them. And I mean, we had some great racing between the three of you, and like Matt said, 3 abreast through turn 2. Was that a little bit nervous for yourself?
No, because these two are really, really clean, and you can trust them. You know, nothing silly's going to happen. A bit of door rubbing's fine in this class. That's fine, you know. But no, it was just really good fun. I can trust these two. They don't do anything stupid. So, yeah,
and that makes a lot of difference, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, you don't have to just worry too much. You can just focus on your line, and you haven't got to keep constantly checking your mirror and your side. So
yeah,
it's good fun.
Cracking effort tonight.
Thanks.
Well, going after leaving Fuji with a solid amount of points, you now lead the championship, Ben. You head to the halfway stage at Texas Road Course. Hopefully you're able to make it. If so, what's your opinion on Texas, and are you looking forward to that one?
Is that the oval?
It is,
road course.
It's a road course, yes, but it goes on the oval. You might have to do a bit of homework.
Yeah, I don't recall that one. I'll have to have a go.
It's not Daytona, I'll tell you that.
Okay, it's not. Oh right, Daytona's like half oval, half infield. That's not that
Texas
it's that kind
the
of
same
setup,
thing.
Yeah, that kind of American Mickey Mouse half one, half thing, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look at that one. I don't remember it.
Yeah,
crap.
Well, that's
incidentally, you just lost out by a clean sweep of points to Laney, who just nicked the fastest lap off you.
Yeah, he had really good pace at the end. So
yeah,
I said to him at the end that was a really good lap. Which
McLaren
got it dialed in the end. So yeah, he did brilliant. He keeps getting bad luck though. He just keeps getting involved in stuff. It's not his fault, but unfortunately that is racing. But yeah, he needs a bit of luck.
Yes, indeed. But as I say, he did nick that last 1 point off you from a clean sweep of points.
That's all right. Team throw laps, we're all givers.
We're all friends together.
Well, congratulations.
But not too friendly, mind.
Congratulations to Ben on the 2 wins here this evening. That is all we have time for here at Fuji. We do head over to Texas Road Course for the next round of the championship as we get to the halfway stage of the season. But more importantly, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Snow and rain is on its way to Mount Fuji. What can the pros do? I have a sneaking suspicion Gary and that Porsche 911 are going to be on hot form. Make sure you join Matt and Nikki in the comms tomorrow night, and also tune in on Sunday night as the F1s will return back to the track as they will head to Azerbaijan. And then a week later on, the next weekend after that, will be the 6 hour of Monza. I really need to be doing some testing because Ben Parkey has gone and smashed the lap record in the LMP2s, and I have not done any testing for that whatsoever. Tune in to see how Andy and Mazda get on in the GTEs. And any final words from yourself, Kelly?
I'm just going off to get my wetsuit ready for tomorrow night. That or my snowboard, I don't know which. Join us tomorrow night. Great night's racing tonight. Pro-Am, some great racing. And tell your friends, Pro-Am's cool. Come and watch next week. And tomorrow night, as I said, Welly's on. Fuji in the wet. Bring it on.
But that is it here. Ben Parkey wins out this time, but it is going to be a tight fight between the top three. Can Emplava and Matt now gain on him towards the end of the season? From myself, Kelly, and all the Pro-Am boys, it's good night.
That's fucking brilliant.
Language.
You need some outro music.
I need
I even remember watching Postman Pat here in Latvia.
Dad was a big fan when he was a kid. Big fan.
Oh my god, here we go.
Instead of a van, did he drive a tank or a larder? What was it?
No, he drove the red car.
Oh, right.
In some supermarket you could sit in it. Like
Dad, did you save that replay?
Yes.
Good man.
Oh, man.
Well done, boys.
That was good fun. Nice one,
Fucking
guys.
awesome racing. Awesome.
Yeah, it was good. Great to watch. Really good.
Matt's
well
dead.
done, lads. Yeah, I'm fucking hurting.
I didn't realise we were 3 abreast at one point because I drive with the bonnet view. I had my little arrows telling me, but I didn't realise maybe it was that much. So I need to watch the replay.
I was sat behind you, and then I saw the gap, and I thought, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Go on. Chuck it in the chuck it in the middle.
I thought that only Matt was on my side. I didn't know you were.
Oh, on stream it was brilliant. Emplava went wide. You went all wiggly. Then Emplava gave Matt the place back. Ben had fucked off at this point, and it all started off with Ben going wide at turn 1.
Oh yeah, I caught that up, didn't I? Fucking hell, that was annoying.
Yeah, I think I tapped you in the rear there. I don't think I.
Did you? Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I get.
didn't
All right.
feel it.
Yeah, slight little tap, but then again, I was trying to avoid stuff because he was all over the place, and you know what that's like.
No, it was really good fun, and yeah, let's do that again.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm getting like there seems to be in this class anyway. Every first lap, there's just cars dotting everywhere, and there's crashes and it's like. Shit, you know?
It's the back half of the grid still don't really know what they're doing,
Yeah,
and that's
I mean,
the problem.
I like going.
They've only been doing it for about 4 seasons.
No, but this is the thing. But every season that's gone by, then the Pro-Am gets stronger. There's now what? Ukbar, Smokey, Welshie, me, Ben, Plava, Laney, Nicky. So there's more of a spread now. There's less of them there to cock about. But yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I on the second race, I'll try and be so careful, but then sometimes you just can't avoid stuff.
Well, you got tapped round, didn't you?
Yeah,
There was an incident. You got tapped round, didn't you?
Yeah, I got clouted in their accident, and then I had quite a bit of damage on the front, and then I had a clumsy spin. Which is, my fault, but flipping out. Yeah, it seems to be a lot happening on the first lap, especially Nicky.
Yeah.
He keeps getting battered, but I don't know if it's what he's doing or what they're doing, but I've not had a look.
If you go in the chat with Nicky and if there's anything that he wants to put in, then send it towards myself.
What happened with
Peaceful.
Nicky? Because he retired, didn't he?
Him and Laney hit each other.
Laney swiped him. Like,
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
like,
Like-
quiet.
Quite
Really
heavily.
badly.
Yeah, they were. Laney was weaving down the straight. Next thing you know, Nicky comes alongside and twats him. So Laney takes out Nicky down the main straight. It was like seeing Matt Neal and Shedden take each other out.
it was a bit like I don't know what Laney was playing at. It was a bit all over the shop. Do you know what I mean? It was like he was weaving right across from one side to the other, and then he comes across and just wipes Nicky right out. It was very bizarre.
It was like he dropped like coffee on his lap and he just fucking shat himself, you know?
yeah, that was probably that sums it up really. If you imagine dropping coffee on your lap, that's how Laney was driving.
I'll have to check with them with that because I don't remember them saying anything while we were racing, so I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, it was very bizarre.
Typical prolapse.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
I'm not looking forward to tomorrow now.
Oh, by the way, Gary's had his kid.
Oh.
Has he? Oh,
yeah, he commented on my stream. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Do we know what he was having? Or
Girl.
Girl.
Yeah.
That'll be a wind up then, because I said to.
What?
Will he be racing? That's the question.
Craig takes more man to produce a girl.
He won't be able to race, will he? Surely.
Yeah, he says he's racing.
He's literally had it just
Why
now.
not?
I'll take it.
Well, I don't know if it's just now, but he says he's racing.
Do we know if anyone's setting up any lobbies? I've got to try in the wet, in the snow. I really need to.
For a bit. So yeah, I can have a dick about if you want.
I'm deleting
I'm not going to be on
setups.
for long, but I just need I need to do a couple of laps in the snow, I think.
I'm deleting setups.
Dan, just start parting me and you a second, mate, just so I can have a quick word.
Yeah, no worries. Right. Catch your boys in a bit. It's something that... Yeah, it's something for the stewards, really. More than anything. Well, admin, I think, because it involves a driver. Well, yeah, all that then. Alright. Or just... Hang on.
Daniel.
Me.
First of all, Laney was track limits all over. I don't know whether I'm sending it on or not. And Phil, man. Am I sending it Mike or am I sending it just any of you three? Because I'm putting it in.
Any of us three.
Because that fucked my night up. I was happily steady on. Then I don't know if Ben would have still caught me as quick, but...
Yep, send it to either myself, Mike, or Monkey. Preferably either myself or Mike, because we're most likely to pass it through.
Yeah.
Mike might do it quicker, and he'll put his opinion in sooner. Obviously, due to me being at work.
I'm just sending it to you now.
I see Mike's been trying to calm down the Latvians because they've been overly gobby by the looks of it.
Yeah, I don't mind. They seem all right, but yeah. They are a bit.
Well, it looks like, but reading between the lines, they got into a bit of a ding dong with
Smithy
Disco.
at the end.
Yeah,
Disco as well. Smithy at the end.
Disco was in it as well. So it just got a little bit silly from what I could read.
I think the problem was that Bryn's little incident.
Yeah.
Has caused a lot of problems, so that's why the Latvians were pissed.
Apparently, Amplava dropped it.
It didn't look that way on the stream, to be fair.
Didn't look like it from us, but
according to Bryn, Amplava dropped it, and that's
at the end of the incident, yes, he dropped it on his own.
That's how Bryn caught him. after.
Yeah, but before that, I think it looked like Bryn was really holding him up on purpose. You know that you'll have to have a look at it and
no,
see
I saw because I was there as well. I was there.
Yeah.
No, I thought, but he got in my way as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, the Latvians don't care that he got in your way.
No. This is the thing. He got in my way. I don't know if he was struggling or what, but he was. His bumper rang off when I got past. We nearly hit, and then I think he. Yeah.
Also, Ukbar has pulled out.
Yeah, I saw that in the Discord.
That's what I was going to discuss. He's sick and tired of being caught up in racing incidents and having to put stewards in inquiries in every single week, and he doesn't get anywhere with it.
When was the last time he put an inquiry in?
Speak to Mike, because we haven't had dealt with anything, and if anything, Mike's been getting the ones constantly.
Ukbar has put the inquiry in over me at Red Bull Ring, which got classed as a warning, I do believe.
Yes.
And that is all I know that I've seen.
So his message to me, this is the only thing that I'm talking about, because like I said, this was the thing that I needed to discuss about. I'm retiring from the season. I'm fucking done with this demolition. So obviously he's had enough. He's not interested in racing no more.
Right.
But
are we going to try and see if he'll stay, or?
That's what I wanted to discuss about. Is that something you want us to try and do?
I want to see him stay because I think he's got better this year in that Ginetta, and I think what happened tonight for him to go?
I don't really know what happened to him, to be honest.
First lap incident, we didn't get to see it, and obviously because I didn't have enough space because of the amount of fucking setups I have saved, now I'm clearing them, I can't save videos. I only had one video saved, and it fucked me off that I couldn't even save nothing. Last week I didn't want to send any more. Last season was a shame. Not sending anything now. Mike, peaceful. Ukbar, send stuff in. You have only reported things to us in 2 of the race nights so far, rounds 1 and 2 and 5 and 6. So
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him go because I think he's got better in that Ginetta. But at the same time, we can't keep people around. But I mean, I think the driving standards this year's got better tonight.
So I.
Tonight, all right, may have been a bit questionable.
Yeah.
I don't use that word lightly, Kelly, neither.
No.
But
no. Nor do I, Matt.
But no, I think tonight has been a bit dodgy. But I don't think it's been at Pro-Am's worst. I think we've had worse questionable nights from the Pro-Am.
Oh yeah. I think we've been some complete shit shows. Do you know what I mean? Where
I think Pro-Am's got a lot better.
For a standard, generally, yes.
The 2 drivers that I would question tonight is Laney and Bryn. Bryn was a little bit OTT at times, in my opinion.
Blame Mazda for that.
Why?
Mazda's in his ear. Bryn's got a setup. Mazda's saying, run this downforce, change this, change that. So Bryn's doing it to try and make the car better.
Right.
And Mazda's like, how's that? And Bryn's like, oh yeah, it's not too bad. And then his tyres will go because he's not fucking altered the other bits to go with it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So Mazda's been in his ear all fucking night, telling him to change shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not one for defending Bryn, but Mazda has been in his ear all night. Because I tell you why. Dean without I've got a wet setup bullshit, right? And then apparently he sent the same setup to Bryn, and Bryn is some 4 seconds slower than Dean. That's bollocks because they're on about the same pace each other. They have been all season. And then Bryn just couldn't get that car to turn in. Then it would turn in too much. Then it wouldn't turn in at all. And Mazda's in Bryn's ear all night, just giving him shit to change.
Well, yeah, he was all over the shop, and I don't know what the fuck Laney was doing. I really don't.
Laney for me was terrible. I was behind him for a couple of laps in that second race for the lead, and like he's cutting. He'd run wide on the exit, all the way over the exit of turn 1 on the exit. He's then going wide round turn 3. He passed DJ Phil. I think he got alongside him off the track, coming around the long right-hander. He was just all. I don't
know if he's not taking it seriously or what.
Yeah.
What? Just quickly, what tyres do I run for snow? Ice tyres or
wet
straight?
Wet.
Wet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wet.
Wet, not ice.
Wet. Trust me, wet.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Laney's take serious. It's nice that Ben is, because. But I mean, I'm sure you can probably speak with Laney a bit more than me. Then you know him a bit better.
Well, let's see what stewards bring up. I'm sure
I think
look into it. It's on stream.
Me and Lane, I think Laney just needs calming down as such. I don't know why he drove a little bit like that. So I think it's more like frustration, possibly. His internet had a failure earlier on, so
That's
I
why
don't.
he left, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so he had an issue with his internet. I don't know if it's something to do with that, possibly,
Right.
but I don't know. You know, so I can't comment. You know, until I get any evidence or anything like that to find out what's happened, then I don't really know. So, you know, there's not much I can do.
No, you know, that's fine. I'd like to keep football because I like football. I think it's
if you do have laney and track limits, then post it in, or else
I don't know whether I'm going to put them in or not. But
this is the problem that we have, you know.
Yeah,
like when you tell drivers yourself, and now you're in a situation, you tell drivers yourself, oh, just put it in, you know. Now you're in that situation, it's a bit harder than you actually think, isn't it?
The problem is I've gone off of what you said in the past of, well, he took track limits, but he actually gained no time. So I'm kind of like...
Do you think he gained an advantage?
But if you let him get away with it once...
Yeah, but do you think he gained an advantage from it? That's the question.
Hard to say, mate. Hard to say.
Who's this?
Laney.
Emplada?
No. He's a bit... do you know what? I love racing with Emplada, but he's a bit pushy and shovey through the corners when he's side by side with you.
I think it's a bit of both of you, to be honest, mate.
Oh no, there was only two occasions. There's only two occasions. I'm not putting it in because I can't see penalties for it. But there's two occasions he's gone up the inside. I've gave him the room because I've seen him coming, and then he's just tapped me, and it's like, that's twice now. One in each race. I'm not. It's not going to give him a penalty, so I'm not putting it in. You know, it's not worthy of it. But I don't know if it was just because both at turn one as well. So I don't know if it's because the nature of the corner.
That's interesting. Phil's message.
We've had this conversation before, Dan, where. This season, right, we punts out a couple of times, right, and I'm like, well, it doesn't matter, I'm last. Do you know what I mean? You know, but if the person keeps doing it because they haven't been told off for it, you know.
Anything that you want me to say in this chat, Matt, about anything?
To who?
About Phil. To the stewards.
I mean,
from your perspective.
From my perspective, he just brakes. You just see the sudden deceleration. Sorry about this, Kelly, but it was very Max Verstappen-esque. He's on the he's on the power, or he's on, you know, he's off the throttle or whatever. And then there's a brake. There's a sudden, and he, you know, bang into me, and yeah, I felt it was a piss take because the whole thing is I'm looking to make a move and he defends, but then when he's mid corner, it's like he's looking to let you through, and I'm thinking.
How often have you been in that situation with Phil?
Never.
Yeah, this is the thing, see. I've been there probably a lot more times than you have, and I take such a wide berth on him, you know what I mean? Because he is so incredibly unpredictable, do you know what I mean? And many times in Pro-Am, and even in Formula 1, the last time when I overtake Bahrain, I caught him to overtake him and just give him such a wide berth because he's completely unpredictable.
Well, the thing is so it's coming up the last sector and the line is to go wider, ready for that left-hander before the final corner, yeah?
Yeah.
So my thought was, well, Phil's going to naturally go wide because he's going to be there. I kept it tighter and he just seemed to just stay there and just stop.
Yeah.
But then I'm only putting this in. Now, I wouldn't probably put this in because I'm not racing Phil, you know? But I'm putting it in because that's look, nothing can be done about my race win, but that's fucked my race win up. So I feel that something needs doing because of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I hear you.
Fucking hell! This is going to be the busiest fucking round.
This snow's not too bad, actually, is it?
Snow's better than the rain.
Isn't it? I don't know what heavy snow's like, but we're not going to have heavy snow, are we?
No. Snow is snow.
Well, there is a heavy snow setting. I've tried that.
But it's wet and it's
like
wet.
Snow. It's
it's not, it's set as winter, not snow season. So if anything, it's not really going to do much. It's just wet. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I've made some notes from race 1 as well.
Wow. So you taking it seriously?
Wow, Matt says it helps, and it actually has.
I've never got time to take notes because I'm always, like, especially tonight, I was trying to follow 2 bloody race battles, 2 very close race battles.
Well, she and Smokey look like they had a good fight tonight.
Yeah, as I said, I'm trying to follow you and Emplava, and Welshie and Smokey, and Nikki was in there as well a bit. It was some good scrapping going on for sure. But you're trying to follow everything, aren't you?
Yeah. You know what, for Dean, fair play in race 1, 5th place, fair play.
Good, he had a good start.
Fair play, he's automatic, so he's bound to get the good start. Do you know what I mean? They get the best launch possible. But no, fair play to him because I didn't think he'd keep 5th. And I think had he not dropped it the once that he did drop it, he'd have probably held Nicky off for 4th.
There's a couple incidents that we'll need to sort out at some point, Dad, that we need footage for race 2. I'm not going to just discuss them while Matt's in here. No offense.
Well,
one of them has already been sorted, which is obviously the Phil. So, but yeah, there's a few that I want to have a look at.
Are they against me? Do I need to get defences?
The only one is lap 16, yourself, Ben, and Emplava going into turn 2. I kind of want to see a more a different perspective from that, because obviously from our view, you went to turn 2, camera changes from turn 3. Do you remember how that works? So we couldn't actually see what happened after that.
So
you want my perspective?
Yeah, I could do with yours. I could do with yours, and obviously I'll get Dad to have a look. I just want to see if there was like anything. I think Emplava gave you the place back anyway, but
he said about he knew I was up my inside, but he didn't know Ben was.
Right. It might be nothing, but I just kind of want to see what's what. You know.
Obviously, I've got the stream view, so. But.
Did you save the replay?
Yeah, save the replay.
Yeah, that's what I'll need at some point.
Can you look at the reviews? Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, I saved it. Do you want the whole thing?
No. Just I'll explain to you at some point. I'll come over to yours maybe on the weekend and just take some clips if you're around.
Okay. I'm not around Saturday.
Sunday's perfect. That's fine. Sunday, I'm not around Saturday anyway, so Sunday will be fine. I'll pop over.
It's supposed to be wet on Sunday, isn't it, Hayley? Oh yeah, we'll work something out. Would be nice to see you as well.
Sounded like a dig then.
It was a dig.
It was a bit, yeah, didn't it?
You don't go around enough, Daniel.
Don't go around at all.
Terrible.
But the only thing with double points, mate, the only problem with double points, mate, is that Ben has already told us that his shifts could change. So
I'm not.
He has to gain as many points as he possibly can while he's not working.
I'm not overly concerned, mate. Look at the fucking car I'm in, mate. Come on.
Yeah, but let's be honest. This round and the next round,
nights like tonight. Oh yeah, and that factor. Right. Okay. Here we go.
The Again, I'm kind of impressed with, a bit like the Renault was at Fuji when last season. The Cora wasn't too bad for straight line speed.
No, but you see, I think I'm setting it up wrong because it was the same at Hockenheim. I was out dragging Emplava at that straight at Hockenheim, whereas then I wasn't. Yeah, I was here as well.
Yeah,
right.
I'd say the Renault was really quite good at Fuji. It was really racy, And I say the kind of Acura looked the same. It looks like the high downforce cars.
That's my POV.
Well at Fuji.
Okay.
Of the Emplava and Parky 3 abreast thing. I'm also.
Okay. That's interesting. Nope, no, nearly wrong chat. Fucking hell.
Well, I hope it snowed tomorrow night. Quite like this.
I've also sent you 2 Laney. One's a picture, one's a clip of him taking track limit.
Okay. And that track limits, is that him gaining advantage, yeah? Is that what you think?
I feel like he gained that slight advantage, yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
Right. One more lap round here and then call it a night, and then whatever happens tomorrow night happens. I'll be at the back anyway, so.
What race was that? Race 2?
Race 2, yeah.
Fuck me, who else has sent shit in?
Glad I don't do stewarding anymore.
I wish I'd saved the fucking video, because then it would have been easier to just do it that way, but I didn't.
So that was a retirement for Nicky, wasn't it?
Have you seen what Laney did?
No. Oh, was he on his roof? Was he on his roof?
I don't know
I'm
what
not
happened
sure.
to Nicky in the end,
We
but he
came
got
away.
hit by Laney.
Right. I'll watch it. I'll be watching the stream back tomorrow anyway. Just going to these top score, these retirements. I'll put that down as 1 retirement for Nicky.
Well, just as quick in the snow as it is in the wet.
See, there's no real difference.
No, there isn't. You're right. Right, gentlemen, I'm leaving.
No worries, bud.
And I'll speak to you guys most probably one way or another tomorrow night.
Yes, we'll do, mate.
Right on. Ciao, guys.
Catch you later, buddy. Catch you
Catch you later.
Oh, Phil, man.
Welcome to racing in Pro-Am, mate.
Just irritating because I feel like I'd have had enough to hang on to win that race.
Yeah.
That's why I'm putting it in. Yeah, if I wasn't fucking fighting for a win or something.